Welcome, my lovely dears, to another soothing session in the sands of sunrise and sunset. When last we left off, our glorious saviors of the universe took some chill out time. They were sent on a little task after meeting the extended family. That task was to find some stuff that happened to have gotten yoinked off of um, Rosalind's boat. Uh, Stuff that means quite a lot to the Foxo. However, they're on a bit of a time crunch. They kind of need that back if they want to be able to get home at all for the next year. And potentially longer. They don't know if that will also be a year back on Iona. They're hoping it is, but it might not be. But they're also hoping that they won't have to find out. Of course, in return, they have offered unto you an invisible boat. And yes, the invisible boat makes the person inside it invisible, although only for like 8 hours. So at some point, you will just be invisa swimming across the lake in a boat. But it's fine. Now, of course, you were able to locate these missing goodies by charging down to the black market, shaking down the first person you know, and going, well, you are, a guard for the people who legitimately just steal things off of boats all the fucking time. I went, yeah, but want to fight about it? And it turned out that yes, you did, because you wanted those things. And then you won. No hard feelings. You defeated, let's see here, Honest Blow, Nezra the Pilferer, and Yet. And their, various goons. Of course, they've promised to meet up with you guys later, and you mentioned, oh, there's a show that you're going to be going to. It's going to be pretty cool. Like what show? Well, that show happens to be the show of Anai Sabri, Merchant Princess, Rogue Trader. Just having a quick pole dance with an elf who absolutely adores her, and she thinks is her greatest enemy. The lovely Stacey.
She's playing a long game. I don't know how you don't see this.
Yep. It's clearly she's out to get you. She's out to get you something. Out to get you pussy eat. Well, yes. We pick up again with our party regathering on the way down to Old Market. Now, Loam, your companions are headed
Yes.
towards the Khassid family home.
Ah.
Come on, Loam. I'm sorry about earlier, but it's gonna be fine.
You only have to be there for a couple hours at most for now.
Not even that long. We're just going back and getting our stuff, and then we're gonna go to a nice place. Well, place of work.
You can literally just stay outside. Just wave at the building.
I don't know why, that almost feels ruder.
I will abstain from entry.
Yeah, just stay outside.
Fine.
Outside the gates.
Yeah, and they do have some nice big old gates. As you approach, one of the dockyard guards looks at you and he's like, weren't you dragging that person kicking and screaming behind you last time?
Look, it's complicated.
Fair enough. And he will give you a little, I wouldn't say a salute, he's not exactly like some kind of officio, instead he just gives you all just a gentle wave gesture, just a, hey, how's it going? And then we'll go back to smoking on a pipe. Bye. Yeah. As you enter, you can see that people have been waiting for you at the top of the stairs. Most notably, the tiny form of little floofy-tailed child doing both hands to wave.
Cute little Lizzie.
Yes.
What?
Cute little Azizi.
Oh, Lasisi. I thought it was said my cute little disease.
No, her name is Aziza. Or Azzy.
Where's easy?
Hey.
Or Zizi.
Yeah, it sounded like you said disease, like cute little disease.
Yeah. You also notice that she's toddler pants in it. She's almost certainly like trying to escape bath time.
You little flu.
Oh, charges back inside again. But you're eventually able to follow up. You see that Einar and Sammy haven't come back from Haunted Pier yet, but then again they had... I don't know, maybe like the same distance to travel as you, but presumably a bit more complicated at the dead center of this sprawling metropolis. But they will eventually arrive, and they will wander in. Or, well, they probably pause at the door to notice that there's just this elf lurking outside. One of them appears to be a fox, Kina, and the other one appears to be a cat. You saw them before at the boat, when it dropped off a bunch of weirdos and some god talk.
Oh, those people.
I resent those people.
Can I help you?
We're just heading in. I suppose if we were worried about what you were doing out here. Is something wrong? Are you on guard? What's up?
I am waiting for the others to finish their business.
Being out here?
Yes.
I mean, quirks a brow. Ah, you're an emo. I see. Sammy elbows the fox. Yeah. Alright, anyway. Tell you what, could you actually get, like, a porter with a carriage? Someone who can carry a boat? Not a big boat, like, 6-person boat?
Sure, I can go round up some people for some labor, I guess.
Cheers. He flashes you a double thumbs up. Sammy will also give you a thumbs up. And they head inside. As they do so, by this point, since they've been gone for an extra hour, although it took some scrambling, you've managed to get the youngest to actually have her bath, and is now looking very sleepy, sprawled out across both mom's laps.
Yay. I've missed this so much.
Oh, my heart! Yep, they're just having a little snuggle moment. You can probably see that they've made like teas and coffees for those who are staying up for longer. Probably a lot of that rich Turkish coffee that kind of it's just straight fucking sand and caffeine.
Yeah, it's just... I've had it. It's just so fucking grainy.
You're not supposed to drink the grain part.
To filter it. Yeah.
But it's heavy. The grain is heavier than the rest of it. You don't need to filter it. Yeah, Shanta's designer looks over you. Oh, how did your search go? Any luck?
We managed to find it.
Yeah, we got the thing.
Oh, that is a huge relief. Is it intact? All in one piece?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so.
Cass will flick it out.
Nice. It does a little jingle and a click clack as the charms all ring or bounce together, depending on
Yes,
which material
but
bonks against which.
to look at all of them. Been spying on them this whole time.
I mean, yeah, if assuming that no one was actually like stopping you from peeping over it, you can indeed just take a look. There's
No,
nothing
Cass
stopping you
totally
from
had the whole
viewing
thing
all
like
charms.
bundled up under his coat.
Oh, just to annoy her. Nice. Alright, yeah, Einar accepts it. She will proudly it probably just like tucks it into her top so she can't lose it for now, as opposed to, again, it would defeat the point of keeping it from causing lots of asked questions if she had it then put on again out in the open. Sammy, of course, will honk the titty because I mean, the opportunity was presented to her almost immediately. And she's a gremlin. Like, all
I
right,
thought she was a
well,
cat
Is he coming along, or is she watching Azzy?
I mean, this is probably like in the lounge, so child is asleep in both your laps. Like there's a big sofa dining room area.
Right. I just meant, is she coming to the show tonight?
Fuck no.
Okay.
No,
That's
absolutely
grim crap.
not.
Kitty, not Azzy.
Oh,
Sorry, I realized your outrage is.
Justified.
Yeah,
unjustified. It was a hearing fail, a comprehension failure
misunderstanding.
on my part. Yes. Yeah, no, Kizzy will probably take care of the kiddo.
Okay.
And we'll look over. What show do you mean?
Don't worry.
Quirks a brow.
We already had
Look
this
for the rest.
talk.
They did.
You did already have
They were
this
there for that. Yeah.
They were there for that. Okay, never mind then. Oh right, I'm gonna do the old, and then she does a little hip roll. There's loud purring from behind her, but she pretends not to hear it.
That's right.
Nice. What do you think, Sammy? You think we could hang around a little bit longer and watch the... Gets area pinched. Alright, fine. And yeah, no, we probably shouldn't overdo it and push our luck. In which case, I present to you... And then she just gestures at the dry dock where there is a boat-shaped imprint in the water. Now, I swear, this thing had a really cool name. It was a very funny pun because we all burst out laughing when we heard it, but I forgot what it was, and the name's written down in invisible ink.
Cool.
I'm
Now
not
then.
surprised that it's written in invisible ink.
Well, yeah, obviously, but now she just gestures at this seemingly empty space, and I can't read it, so I don't know what the boat is called. We just call it the invisible boat, as you might expect. Now then, that activation word is very simple. You can remember it with ease. When you look at the ease, she wiggles her big tails. The word fluffletails, when said by someone who is in the boat, will turn all occupants invisible.
All right. Simple enough.
The effect lasts for 8 hours. As long as you're in the boat, if you step out of the boat, you stop being invisible, and if you get back in the boat, that's still too late. And you can do it once a day.
So if you get out of the boat early and then step back in, can you say the word again and resume,
Nope.
or?
Nope, one activation.
All right.
Because it's a pretty powerful spell, it's really, really strict on placement and area. Otherwise, it would have to be either a much bigger boat or very inconvenient to be a boat because it would be covered in so much blue plated silver.
Understandable.
That's funny.
What?
You cannot see it.
Ah, nice. I haven't thought about a canoe in a long time. We should find a nice river at some point when we get back. We're still overdue for our honeymoon. She pauses. 4th honeymoon. We've kind of been doing it every year. Traveling's fun.
Oh, that's adorable.
Ain't it just? Reaches up, places his hand on cat head, rubs. Anyway, I suppose we'll have to go home and get started on that. Plus, you know, the adorable little kid running around. Can't rely on the babysitter the entire time. They've got things to do.
Yes, quite.
It has been a pleasure and an honor meeting you all, and I wish you guys the best of luck. If it goes badly, it goes really badly, you know?
Yeah. Well, luckily it's not going to
Yes,
go bad.
we kind of understand that.
Well, all things considered, holes haven't opened up in reality that, like, you know, swallow whole islands, so right now you're probably fine. But I don't know how for long. And she will wrap an arm around Sammy, pull out her little sash, whisper some words into it. You're welcome to do a perception to try
Yeah,
and
sure.
hear them words.
Hell yeah.
Why not?
What is your activation phrase, Fox?
Tell me.
Yeah. Anai and Masika hear it. And then there is as they just sort of vanish. You all like probably stumble in a half step, but you can see everyone's hair just sort of drift in their direction as suddenly all
Yeah,
that air that was
vacuum.
occupying a space gets vacuumed away.
I was just about to say, we'll probably stumble forward from it.
Yeah.
Like-
And then there's a huff from Shion when she looks down. Oh, gosh damn it. Look, she was on the edge of the carpet, and you can see it's cut like a perfect circle out of the carpet there.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Does anyone have mending?
I
We're
don't think you
missing
can
the
mend that. You
whole-
don't. You're missing the part of it.
Yeah, the other part appears to have jumped into another dimension. I can only hope that it trips them over. She huffs, folds her arms. I liked that carpet.
Oh.
It's fine. I guess it's an excuse to go out and buy a new one, which is also fun.
Or you could have it repaired.
Or we could go out and spend money and get a new one.
I like that idea. You should buy a new one.
Exactly. Kira just sort of shrugs. She's used to her wife's like just incessant, just like, yeah, money is water, who cares?
Just so, oh, I like the cup. Well, it's damaged now. Now it's no longer liking it. It's like,
Yep. I don't like it anymore. It has been damaged once. Even if you've restored it to perfect, then I would always know it as the one that got a hole burned in it. Instead, I would just like to get a new one when we go out to some kind of nice breakfast place. And
You mind
also
if I
because
take it,
Kira
then?
doesn't let me just, use all of our funds, otherwise I would spend them. So she gets to hold the wallet. The elf will huff.
so can I take it then?
Huh? What, the rug?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Hell yeah, ship rug.
We can just start rolling. Get off my rug.
Snorts, steps away. They do have to like lift a dining room table so that you can roll it the rest of the way clear. But
Yeah.
there are so many big muscular people in this party that is not a concern. Just a wholesale lift the table a couple of feet up into the air so you can roll the rug past it.
Yeah. Roll. Now I have a rug.
You do. And there's also something to carry that rug in. It happens to be a 6-person invisible boat, and those porters that Loam went and fetched will arrive at the door. Hi, we were told to deliver a boat. He looks around and realizes he's in like a warehouse for making the goods. Oh, right, a shipwrights. Sorry, that makes a lot more sense now. Where is it? And where are we taking it to?
Cass will tell them where they parked Luck and then point to the invisible boat. And the boat you gotta take is right there.
All right, buddy, let's do an int test.
I'm just gonna
Fucking
reach.
hell. All right, yeah. The
Yeah.
guy reaches into a pouch, gives a little shake, and then takes a great big fistful of sand and then scatters it out towards the invisible boat. You can see the faint speckles of it on it. Ah, okay, cool. Gotcha. They will climb down and with like expert precision. This guy is clearly just like some engineer doing part-time work because he has absolutely no problem using your family's cranes, even though you like built them all yourselves, so you know all of the measurements, like every peg notch and how much that actually is a distance. He's just like do and
Sigh. It's just natural genius.
Yep. It's either that or like the 20 just means you happen to actually have like an intelligent scholar mathematician. He doesn't even have to necessarily be a genius, just really educated.
Well, to intuitive figure out somebody else configurations like that on the fly.
Depends, because it's probably been constructed by also mathematicians, so it's been put together with common sense. As soon as he turns 2 pegs and it's like, oh, inches a foot,
Oh,
then he's fine.
mathematicians and common sense. Oh boy, that's a fucking.
Oh yeah, okay, mathematicians and answers because they went to engineering school. Dingus. Anyway, he has no problem. He just takes a couple of talks on the pegs and sees that an inch is a foot as far as the crane is concerned. And yeah, he fucking hauls that thing out like he has worked here all of his life. Your moms both rub their chins like, hey, are you looking for any part-time work? They will place Karin's new rug on top of the boat and then carry it out to a loading vessel. It's just like a particularly long multi-person wagon. As opposed to having it done by horseback, it's just a number of porters doing it. I've suddenly forgotten the name of the carriages that are just person-drawn.
Rickshaws?
Yes, they just rickshaw this thing back to Luck. And there you go. Invisible rowboat. Shion and Kira will look over a lot of you. Kizzy is like head tilted back on the sofa and she's starting to snore. Well then, anything else that you like?
I think I'm quite good.
Might have some leftovers.
I'm quite
I
alright.
Could you use like a pot of snacks?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, we'll probably be back here, like, late tonight, once we're done.
Fair enough. Remember to use protection, stay clean, and all that.
We're going there to work?
I mean, okay, one of you is going there to work, the rest of you are going to a brothel.
I think it's a strip club, not a brothel, but even then, we're still going there for, like, important, adventure stuff, not just a party.
It
Mom?
just looks at cat, the important adventure stuff.
Yeah, that's why the rest of us are going there. Did you forget?
Either that or she wasn't listening. The reminder is that Anai has weird dreams of the Cadist, and it was explained by your on-board four-legged neat that usual thing is some kind of prophecy or action, and the Cadist works generally by infecting a mind to sort of pass it down the line. And it may very well be that when they last put on a show at a nice place of work, that they left that little cognito hazard hanging around for her to pick up.
Okay. That was probably just me that fucking forgot that.
Is 8.
Usually better at remembering this shit.
Shion just spreads her hands. I mean, yeah, you're going there to work on, I don't know, mysteries of the bondage goddess, god-eye, demigoddesses.
The bondage trips.
I think since it's 3 demigod working as one, you can probably just use them interchangeably. Heck, maybe you can ask him.
Perhaps.
All right, well, have fun at the strip club.
Well,
Thanks, Mom.
now the question is, are all 3 the same or are they all different?
They're all different personalities. They're all different people. They just happen to act in a 3-person concordance.
They share an authority, I believe.
Yes, they share an authority but not a mind.
Yeah, I was thinking more like top, switch, bottom. More than
Oh,
a
I think
switch.
they're all yes, I think.
So by that technicality, you could bound them all up.
Yeah. I mean,
That
the
is
show they
kind of
put
how
on.
it happened. Yes.
Yeah, the show they put on was a bondage show. With some quite intense rigging. It was very impressive. It was like Cirque du Soleil, but for bondage. Which, to be honest, Cirque du Soleil pretty close to a bondage show in general.
Just like the suck the what?
Don't worry about it. It's just one of the very many shows that go on in this glorious city.
No, I know.
It's a
Probably
circus,
should.
circus of the sun. Albeit
Oh,
it's...
circus! I thought you said stuck.
Well, I mean, they probably would, but no, cirque. But it would be spelt differently. It's old,
Oh,
like
you're speaking. You're speaking like
old,
Snapfinger, like those.
old western.
Yeah, those shivs.
Mm-hmm. Or one of the dialects. Well, it's not really the one that carried over here. And then again, there is a monument to the lady that exists somewhere around here.
Oh yeah, it's up at like over in the north.
Brienne will just sort of salute with her rapier. She's looking a little bit sleepy by this point in the evening. She's also done a bunch of drinking. And did do and fight now with you guys, so she's tapped. But,
Indeed.
yeah, had fun. Got to stretch her legs. Do a violence.
Well, that said, we should be off then.
Yep. Have fun at the strip club. Don't bring home any souvenirs. And I shall drag you to the pole show. You'll gather up. Loam, you watch Rickshaw go past the boat, and then about like 30 minutes later, your party will exit. Ralu, of course, in absentia as she heads off to the smith.
The
Or
pole
to
show.
do some smithy.
Well, the pole show. Welcome to Warsaw.
And yeah, it is a welcoming place. Anai goes through the backstage entrance. There is a front door guard who will look you all over curiously, considering you're all a bunch of armed adventurers. At least until Anai gives them the nod. And they will let you through. Inside, you can see that this is a pretty large building. Featuring a great deal of off to the side, you might call them private rooms, you might call them some kind of brothel arrangement, but, you know, most importantly, there's a great big stage at the center of this place that dominates the entirety of this, everyone's attention. There are a number of tables and chairs set out for eating and drinking. And I've placed you all in random tables. Anai.
Yes.
At the back of the room, you can see, or more importantly, you can hear like a little click, clack, and it's Stacey walking in heels, like pacing back and forth in one of the changing rooms.
Oh, does an eye poke her head in? Oh, yeah, I think she will poke her head in. Nervous?
Ah! Ahem. Me? No, I'm never nervous. I'm always confident and powerful and secure. How about yourself?
I am always ready.
Ah, ain't just. Have you seen what we're wearing?
Not yet. Should be good, though. Jen doesn't disappoint.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely didn't disappoint. Your room's just the one right next to here.
Of course. Try not to be too nervous. I know, it's always nerve-wracking for you to be around me.
Nonsense. It's exciting, clearly. I love to take part. I'm just trying to figure out what we're supposed to do with these. Well, I won't spoil the surprise. Go have a look.
Sure. She'll go into the changing room.
You can see when you go into the changing room that there is the stripper equivalent of a wedding dress. It is like this gossamer see-through veil, but everything is made of that same gossamer see-through material, and it drifts and draws beautifully across you. It's embroidered with golden threads. It's probably a really, really expensive bit of clothing. It has been recently set up, stitched, and sized to accommodate you. And you can even see that it comes with like ankle garters and all sorts that will jingle when you walk.
Huh. I hadn't expected this big a one for Jenna.
And I not doesn't see Jen just doing like the finger guns to Stacey across the room. The elf, on the other hand, is a tomat. You've still got about like 20 minutes until the show starts. And what do the rest of you do in the main room?
Can't say I've ever been to a strip show. Are we here for moral support or something?
We're here to try and find
probably.
influence of the Cadists. I feel like we've been over this, like, repeatedly now.
Well, to be fair, both of those times Loam just actually wasn't in the
Yeah,
building.
she actually wasn't
Loam
there.
was outside. She was not there.
Oh, well, that sounds like a Loam problem then. Meh. Yes, okay. Well, something Cadist has been touching on Anai and Stacey there, and we want to find out, like, what it is and how it's influencing them.
I see. I suppose this is an appropriate location for that.
Did you switch mic, Kina?
No.
No, okay, sounds a bit different because it's a lot picking up like what their TV or some game music.
Oh, I can't hear it, but
Is it your tablet on the desk?
yes.
Yeah, it's no different than normal when he has boats out.
Yep.
It is. It is on. It's my phone is sitting on the charger. I forgot it was
Okay,
even
no.
there.
Yeah, because I noticed that usually your sound comes like straight sideways into the mic. This one was pitched differently, so
How do you plan on finding whatever it is?
I don't know. We don't know what it is or who it is. That's what we're here to look for. We just need to find something related to bondage and bacchanalia.
well, just first off, look around and see if you see any.
Have you asked if they have any private rooms in the back?
I just got here. No, I haven't.
Oh,
You, I just walked in the door. No, I haven't.
Well,
might be a good
let's
place
just
to look.
let's just lay down the potentials first. Back rooms, hidden signs,
Basement.
basement sex dungeon. You know, it could also be in, like the upper floors if they have any.
The place appears to be a one-floor establishment, and indeed, that floor it's a tall building. It's got classic Western style, like triangular roof, bracing poles and eaves. You can even see that there is like some fortified portions of it where you could, set up a rig for bondage. Like it's a pretty sturdy roof, but it is a tall roof and no second floor. There is a particularly large ogre, and she is just. It probably looks a little bit funny watching her clean mugs because it's just like a middle finger inside a kerchief that's being used on the inside of glasses and mugs because she can't get a whole hand in.
Wearing
just
a
take a
fur-lined coat in this continent?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like
This continent?
it is cut off below the so it hangs around the bottom of her ribs and is open at the front.
Ogres aren't really affected by environments.
She is a
Some
tiefling, I
cases,
suppose.
but she is a tiefling. That's more to the point.
She probably doesn't care much. She doesn't really pay much attention to heat. She is.
She just put a fucking, like a wash dish on her pinky and just quick.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's doing. And she will prop an elbow up on the counter while Stacey's muttering something to a particularly chestular individual.
Oh shit, she had some titties for human.
Oh yeah.
Looking.
And covered in like really fancy, white in patterned Eastern tattoos. Khassid, you'd probably recognize those as gang tattoos. Don't know to what gang, but
Can I
you'd
make a
recognize
history
that they
check?
belong to one. Yeah, your equivalent of the old thief societies. Give
Yeah.
it a go.
Boop. Me, 13.
I will give you an advantage. You are
Okay.
a criminal. I was about to say hardened criminal. That's not how that is. You're a hard criminal when you're staring into this woman's cleavage. But you recognize that as, admittedly, it's a gang sign that's not used anymore after they broke up. But it used to be a group who went around and were responsible for a lot of vigilanteing for abusers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
After they made their point very clear, and probably sometime around when Mama took over the nightlife in Las Dorado, their group broke up.
Nice. She gets some bonus points from Cass then.
Indeed. It also means that she's probably like in her late 40s, so she's wearing it pretty well if she's a human. At the same time, the large ogre will prop an elbow on the counter, which creaks dangerously. She leans in. Hello there, small one. What can I get you? And your friends. I see you've come with a whole party.
Hey, tall drink of water. We're not here to drink water. Can we get a round of beers?
Of course. Was that for both tables?
Yes, please.
Okie dokie.
That's when you said we're not here to drink water. Did you hear a
Yeah,
mouth
hold
of
on.
like, I am.
I was about to say. Oh, and one juice for the bear there.
Ah. Oh, look at that, a northerner. I will come and bring over drinks. Have a chat with her.
We have two northerners. Point to
Two
mine.
northerners. Ah. Oh, of course. She's one of those, the old Bulgrove kin, yes?
Yeah, that was her
Ah.
great grandpops.
Great. Oh, well, time has flown by. I will make sure to say hello to her as well. But yes, I will get your drinks. Any snacks, food?
What kind of snacks you got here? It's our first time.
Ah, of course. We don't open the kitchens for like meal table service until 1 in the morning, so It is mostly snacks. We have rolled pastries with fruit syrups in them. We have pork cracklings, fried potato chips.
Ooh, yeah, the pork and the taters.
Of course, I shall go and get those. Oh, and I can also fetch something for your bear that I'm sure she would appreciate.
Nice.
There is a scowl for the boss. You're not going to open one of those? No! No, Darcy has learned her lesson. She is not going to open one of those.
What are those?
No, if I tell you, then the boss will complain because you'll immediately go, surely it can't be that bad, and then you will find out that it is that bad. And then you'll wonder why we would even eat it.
Wait, no,
Well,
is it
if you want your-
surströmming?
It is! I see that your friends have already explained this meal to you.
Yeah, I've opened a... He points to I've opened a can of that in front of me once. I thought I was gonna die.
Yes, that is a common response. Supposed to open it underwater. Yeah, keep them in jars or... yeah, there is some canning, but it's expensive use of metal.
Yeah. Expensive prank, too.
A delicious one, at least. Well, as far as I'm concerned.
It did not taste as bad as it smelled, I'll be honest.
Not a very high bar. Yeah, she will plonk open the old room here and head inside. Stacey will glance over. Cass!
Hi, Stace.
What do I do?
What do you mean, what do you do?
She points at her boss, who's looking very smug. This evil woman just stitched me up. It's nonsense. I've had that pair of clothing for ages, and I've never had a chance to do it. And when am I going to get the two of you together at any old time, huh? He huffs and goes red.
What's wrong?
Gave us matching outfits.
Hot?
Yes, but it... She looks like she's about to open the dressing gown to show you, and there is a sharp whistle from Jen. She goes, yeah, you have to wait and watch the show.
Well, then, I don't know what to do, but I know you and you and I are gonna look great.
Well, that is true, although I'm hoping that I don't forget all my marks because I'll be busy staring into her cleavage.
Don't worry, you'll do fine.
Nonsense. You have about as much cleavage as she does, and at least on show. Stacey goes, how does it say much? My chest is pasties. Jen just puts her hands up. Yeah, okay, and admittedly she has more covering for hers, but she makes up for it with amount. And shape. And the way they quake when she bounces on her heels. Stacey huffs. Alright, I'm gonna go get ready. It's gonna be in a few minutes.
Cass will just rub her shoulders. You're gonna do great.
Alright. She will saunter off. And I mean, she's wearing like high-heeled pumps. She's got that ass like lift up and down. All heart-shaped and such as she wanders off and heads backstage again. Boss Jen will look over. And while Darcy's fetching things, you brought quite a big party. Are you all friends of Anai and Stacey's?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And I also heard that Anai would have to be busy, working away from home. My God, you all to thank for that?
No, we're the ones helping her finish the work as quick as we possibly can, I assure you. I don't like it any more than she does.
I see. So you've been, what, forced together?
Yeah, pretty much. One of those weird twist of fate sort of deals.
Passes her lips. Surely you can untwist fate.
That's the plan, as quick as we can.
Uh-huh. She isn't in danger, is she?
Look, I don't want to lie to you, miss, so I'm just gonna say, like, we're doing our absolute best to keep her alive and out of as much danger as we can.
Okay.
But adventuring stuff's, people get hurt. Luckily, we have really, really good clerics with us.
She sighs and just sort of folds her shoulders. Yeah, folds her arms and like just sort of drops her shoulders down from their defensive posture. Fine. Although if I find out that any one of my girls, be they private customer, personal friend, or long-time acquaintance, I will be introducing myself to them quite lethally.
Just make sure it's the people who actually hurt her, not us. Like I said, we're on the same team.
I don't know. There can always be collateral damage.
I mean, the collateral damage for her getting hurt is probably me getting hurt, but yeah, fair. Look, we're doing our best here.
Of course, but I don't like that, someone who has worked for me is heading directly into the line of what appears to be danger, and I don't get to know exactly why. Or for how long she'll be gone. Just promises that it'll be soon and she'll be back, but can't promise anything, and I won't even be in the city soon enough. Or the part where she got kidnapped. On my turf.
Yeah, it's been happening a lot lately, unfortunately.
So I've been hearing. Now all of our girls are going to have to get bodyguarded back to their homes.
That's probably for the best. Hey, actually, Castle glance around. Look, I see those tats. You're big into protecting your girls. I get it. We're looking into something that might be dangerous to them. Could you help us a little bit?
I don't need to go pulling on my heartstrings, and I was less in the protection racket more than I was in the punishment racket, but I suppose the two coincide quite cleanly. Alright, what is it?
Alright, so, has there been anyone or anything coming through here that's, like, big into bondage stuff? Castle, like, mime a whip crack and some, like, leather cuffs.
Yeah, we have a few people who come here to partake.
Yeah. Is there anyone you can think of who's been there concurrent with Stace and Anai? Someone who'd be able to, like, mess with both of them simultaneously, say?
She pauses. Is Stacey in danger as well?
I don't know. I hope not. I really, really hope not. That's what we're trying to find out.
Well, I haven't seen anyone who's directly propositioned the both of them at the same time. At least not some kind of bondage proposition at the same time. There are a few times when Anai does shows that Stacey will turn up to watch. Okay, doe-eyed young fawn that she is.
Is there anyone
Let's see here.
Been there for each of them individually that overlaps, then?
A couple of people, I suppose. But neither of them put out for evening service, such as it were. She gestures past you the other side of the building at the private rooms.
It might not matter if they agreed.
She narrows her eyes. They have to agree if they're here. Any hint of coercion and their tackle will be very swiftly removed.
Not...
Or should they be tackleless? There are other punishments that can be doled out.
Not quite what I meant. I mean, like, if something dangerous is happening, they don't have to, go with them right now for them to get a mark on them, you know what I mean? To be singled out.
None of the girls have been reported being stalked in any kind of way.
Yeah, I mean, and I wasn't reported kidnapped until after she was.
Point taken, but, unless she said she knew she was being stalked up to then, there is no tell here to work with.
Right. that's kind of what I'm getting at. I'm just looking for someone who's maybe shown an interest in both Stacey and Anai.
A couple of people. A few gentlemen who are interested in, spending time with the both of them together. A couple of regulars, of course, but they're harmless.
Well, if any names come to mind that fit that bill, you can tell Anai after she's done here, I guess. I don't want to try and drag her customers' names out of you myself or anything, but...
Right.
Would
Certainly keep that in mind.
be super helpful.
Well, look, if it helps them, then that helps me. And if it keeps the girls safe, that helps even more so. Both peace of mind and peace of pocketbook.
Yeah. That's what we're trying for.
I'm getting too old for this.
You,
I should have sold the place to Mama.
you too old? Nah. You're in your prime, definitely. Cass will give her the old, look up and down.
I've had that one a few times.
Doesn't make me
Sorry,
less
honey.
true.
I try not to put out for customers. Plus, I think you'd suffocate. I know. Worth. I've heard it all before.
I was just going to say it doesn't discourage me from throwing out compliments, especially when they're very much so true.
Well, thank you very much. I'm sure you have other beautiful women to be attending to, while mine get ready for their show.
Cass will just hop on back over to his friendos then.
Yeah. As you do so, a big Darcy comes out with a series of platters. She is doing the hold out one arm, it's just covered in them, except instead of the arm being plates, the arm is serving dishes. It's just plunk, 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 places them down and out for you. She'll have a brief chat with Maeve, who will grin and tell her about how things are going in their part of the north. And then she will head on over. Hello there, little bear.
Why, hello there. Nice to see somebody from the north.
Indeed, it is always a pleasure to enter to our northern cousins here for you, elderberry juniper juice.
Oh, nice.
And to see here a dark ale for you. And Miss
Thanks.
Bear, I am sure that this would be of an appeal to you. And she pulls out. It looks to be a jar, could probably hold a pint or so of liquid, and in it is floating what looks like pickled eggs.
Oh, that's good stuff.
And there's 1 copper, admittedly.
Just,
Yeah.
oh, I have an uneven number here. Let me just adjust this. I give her a gold.
And she does the she pauses before she bites the coin and realizes she'd bite clean through it if it were gold anyway. So she just gives it a flick to listen to it and then puts it away in a pocket. Indeed. It is not just pickled egg. You will see. It is a pretty good treat. Yeah,
That sounds like a good time.
Indeed. When you open the jar, you get that nice hiss.
Just Bear knows instantly recognize and just close it back down. Oh, this not gonna be open in here.
No, it's pickled egg, and then the inside is the caviar paste, the one spelled with a K.
Yes.
Yeah, that fish paste. It's basically pickled eggs, but the inside's been injected with fish paste. It's not like a hardcore herring pickling.
Okay.
It's
So
just
we're talking both
salty
sides of.
Hmm?
Are we talking female row and male row, or like just separate?
They have probably been like mixed together and then turned into like a spreadable paste, but that spreadable paste has been like pipetted into hard-boiled eggs, and then those have been pickled.
Oh yeah.
So it is salty and fishy and eggy and vinegary. It tastes like home.
Ah, like
There is definitely like a
bare.
sniff, and then Maeve comes over and goes, got any, got any of them pickled eggs?
Just scratches that forearm. It's like you got something good there, man.
You're
I'll
holding
suck
out
your
on me, bear?
dick.
You're holding out on me, bear? I'll
Be
eat your
like-
clam for a pickled egg.
It'd be like it just hold up, it's like ah, good taste of home. It just
And yeah, it is tasty. Eventually, Maeve will return to her place, and Anai.
Yes.
It is showtime. You begin to hear the soft chords of a piano. It is building up to its usual sort of rising, bluesy, jazzy introduction, and you know it is time to saunter out from the curtains and onto the stage. Stepping out beside you in a similarly themed suit. She is wearing what appears to be a lady tux, except from like shoulders down to navel, there is no shirt at all. There's just pasties. Just hanging out, like faint evidence of the tummy. Like she's toned but not muscular.
Of
You
course.
can see that the trousers are, of course, assless, and she is wearing high-heeled pumps. It makes her just a little bit taller than you. You're sure it's on purpose, just to fuck with you.
Of course. I'm definitely gonna put that extra like hip sway bounce slowly as we walk out this way then, just to assert more.
Yeah, alright, why don't you give me a performance test? And this is something you are trained in, you have advantage.
Sure.
Oh,
Let's see. Is inspiration just a reroll on this, or
Yeah, it's a reroll.
Just a reroll.
I kind of just want to use it and get a reroll on that.
It's probably not going to be the only dice roll of this. I'll let you know that one ahead of time.
All right. I guess
Depends
I'll
how
just...
confident you are in the free balling.
you can have my inspiration if you like.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Alright.
Yeah,
That's
7 is
Oh.
better.
Crit.
no.
Oh,
It
they
You
does
crit?
actually had
advantage.
advantage.
You don't roll both dice.
I thought it was only you rolled the first one for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
the-
how that works?
Just another d20.
I mean, 17 is still better.
Yeah. Alright, Stace, let's see you do this thing.
I need you to roll an 18, Stacey. Come on.
I want that so
Just
bad.
an 18. Only
Yeah, no
slightly
more, no
better.
less. Exactly an 18. This is crit.
Damn.
No. Alright, so you guys get to about here on the stage and do the old saunter in, and she steps in right beside you so that when your like left hip drops, her hip rises so that your bodies are basically melting side by side together, and you can all see that they are in matching like tux and wedding attire, except exceptionally slutty stripper wear.
Woo!
And at the same time, the piano goes on to what one would call a jazzy version of Here Comes the Bride. And there are other people here, obviously, watching the show. I've not just put a cajillion tokens out, but there are quite a large number of them around you here on the show seats. Say 9 of them. And they're all watching and begin to do the old classic wolf whistles. But the air to you, and I feels syrupy, kind of thick. The moment a little bit surreal. Can I get another performance test, please?
Sure. All right. Okay, 18.
19. just a half step ahead of you again.
Excellent.
Uh,
And by the time you make it to here, you can see that all of the wolf whistling has stopped, but you have everyone's attention on you. All eyes are on the two of you. This show is enticing. Indeed, it's hard for the rest of you not to also be in similar states of enjoying the show, I would imagine. They're very attractive individuals, putting on quite the walk. They haven't even made it to the pole yet, and they are already just stealing the soul out of the room.
Yeah, we don't really have those, so we are all good. We can just keep eyes on everything else.
Very true. All right, and then you guys make it up to the pole. You're of course positioned to like step into it first, place body across it, so Stacey can then do a leg over and wrap into you. And then usually this would be like the lean in and dip, you know, the will they, won't they dip. Give me another performance.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, 14.
All right, and I have to make a separate check for Stacey. Come on, keep all of those beans. Oh, great. All right. As you lean in for what should have been just the dip instead, you lean in and a finger just does the stroke under the chin and drifts your attention upwards. And you are pulled down into a kiss.
Cashiers.
And I is surprised by this.
Yeah, you guys have fucked before, but there's never been any kissing. And
Things
it's,
to discuss after the show.
Oh, yeah. She does so. There is plenty of wolf whistling. You haven't gotten a cheer quite like that before. Before the kisses begin to send their way down, like to neck and collarbone, until you are being lent back, like almost forget at what point you're at in the dance. And as you finally are dipped back so that you can see over your shoulder, like one hand on the pole, the other one over your head and leaning away from the audience. Showing off plenty of underboob, of course.
Indeed.
One more performance.
Okay. All right, come on, Anai. 21.
Yes.
Oh.
Ooh, 14.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, no, that was the 1d20. Sorry, that was,
I-
it's also the wrong modifier.
There we go. That's more
All
like
right.
it.
There we go. Sorry, I just had to make sure to, beat you in another... She's got the same modifier as you, which is what makes this so much fucking funnier.
She really
really
is
does.
just staging you up at every moment.
Just staging you up just every single time. Cass, you can suddenly see, like, is this why Anai thinks Stacey's out to get her? Like, she is just a half step faster. Like, yeah, she's just stacing her the shit out right now.
Cass
But
is
you
like
guys-
trying so hard not to laugh.
Yeah. But there's something again about this. As you're dipped back, a lot of the eyes that are staring back and watching you, they seem to be glowing a soft red. Indeed, it's not the same customers that you remember moments ago either. They all appear to be slender, demonic figures with ravenite wings.
Do the rest of us sense this?
Could everyone please give me an insight?
Sure.
Okay.
Give you one.
Insight. 1.
All right.
I'm too lost in the moment.
Too lost. You're deeply lost in the
Oh,
source.
my.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh, we are heavy. 23, 24. Great.
Okay. I'm going to reveal this to you because too many of you realize that there's something like Anai and Stacey themselves are seeing something clearly you guys are not, even in the midst of this dance. Like, to them, they can even tell, caught up as the moment as they are, that there's something off about it. Anai, you'd only sensed it before as like this, like sinful syrupiness about the whole situation. Your party sees it for what it is. You guys are in the middle of a summoning. Currently, you are summoning a bunch of Cadist demons.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Now, you are only partway through this summoning, and they're all just watching you attentively, like any attentive crowd would be watching. And none of them have reached for weapons. You can see they've got the classic, like, the barbed thorn whip rolled up onto hips. You can see they've got little bucklers. They're just watching and enjoying the show at the moment. What do the rest of you do?
Can we try and disrupt this magically without, like, fucking up the dance?
It would be quite difficult. You could try a religion or an arcana test to figure out more, I suppose.
mean, I
Do
definitely
you
want to.
desire to know more?
Fuck yeah. Alright, Mive and Cass will put their brainiums together. But that's not great. I'm going to spend an inspo on that one. Ah, Jesus.
So
Okay,
it's
hold on.
12. Got a 7 on Karin.
Got
17, sorry.
yeah, 15 for Cass, unfortunately.
15, 17, 15.
Could
Have Tiff do
could
one.
react myself for
Oh, yeah, you can guidance yourself, I guess. Help.
Yeah.
Mive can't guidance Cass, unfortunately. Because
Nah, Tiff's real distracted.
understandable, TBH.
18.
I can't do a thing about that.
You know Arcana, no religion on your part?
Go
No.
figure, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm shocked. Shocked, I say. Okay, well, maybe I'm not so shocked. Those of you who got a 16 or higher,
Gah!
it would seem that these two are being used not necessarily as like a catalyst, but more like directions. They are the address to which these individuals are being delivered. It's really, really, really powerful magic. Like, you can't
We
just
should definitely-
raw ass this shit.
We should definitely finish the ritual.
Yeah. I guess I can confirm that you're pretty sure your friends aren't going to be harmed by this ritual reaching completion. It depends on what you want to do with a bunch of succubi suddenly spawning in the middle of this place.
That's less than good because we know. Well, what's the word again? We know for a fact that thief things are one thing, and then succubi are way too strong.
I mean, also you don't know that because this isn't 5e. This is an entirely different game. And also, one of your characters' great grandma is great great grandma is Astrid, Queen of Demons.
Yeah, it's true. Like, these could all be Mive's cousins actually just coming to visit.
There is a non-zero chance that there is like a drop of the same Cambion lineage. I'm pretty sure I've got Astrid's token hanging around, and they do look pretty familiar. Let's see.
Non-zero chance. It's just all of our cousins.
It wouldn't be direct. Like cousins would be the loosest term, but like they've all got that exact same like structure and eye about them. Yeah, God, I still love that token. That is some good like gothy queen perched on a throne.
Yep. Great Graham's hot.
Yeah. She's a good gilf.
And this one,
Although to
just a
be fair, in
gigamil.
the end, she ended up in that. Yeah, she turned up in that lovely platonic relationship with the seneschal.
Yep.
Mom was finally getting some relief. Yeah. So they are. Said before, you realize that these are your friends aren't being used as catalysts. They are being used as an address book currently.
Medium.
No, that's a catalyst.
No,
A
it's a dress
medium, you know, a medium would still intuit that they are,
Being used in a fashion that
yeah, that they
is
are
not quite
integral.
so
They
good.
aren't. They are just like the whisper that is calling out. They have nothing to do with like they aren't on purpose reaching. They aren't asking questions. They aren't involved like that. They are just a big beacon.
Is
Yeah,
it possible?
we're like a lighthouse.
Yeah.
Could we like search
Or
the
re-
audience to see if anyone's like actually casting this ritual here?
Yeah, you can give me perception tests.
All right, that's a Masika thing. for sure.
Yes.
And Castle help mine. There we go.
Goddamn, 8 perception is so spicy at this level. Like
Yeah,
nothing stealth's higher than that. It's crazy. Okay. You do not see a caster. However, you notice that where one of the succubi is sitting, like there is you catch like the glimmer of like blue, maybe like a glow underneath one of these rugs. You suspect that instead this ritual is being supported by a bunch of sigils that are hiding underneath the carpets and rugs.
I'll relay that to Cass.
Probably a number of magic circles and or runes.
And the succubus all seem to be like still entranced by the show.
If not entranced, then just actually enjoying it. They are succubi, and this is a very sexy show.
And they haven't been like fully summoned yet. They're not corporeal.
Yeah, they are not there yet. They are they're pushing up on the edge of reality.
Okay, time to go and start fucking up these sigils.
Meanwhile, the show continues on.
Indeed. Anai, every single step, Stace has been ahead of you.
Well, it's time to turn the tables here and go up the pole a little bit so that I can end up having my legs over top her shoulders and in between mine.
All right, let's see here. I'm actually just going to do a wisdom save for Stacey real quick. She buries her face in crotch. Hey, you got balls. She looks up. Why do you have balls?
And I slightly flushes.
All right, I'm now. She no longer. Neither of you have advantage on your performance now. You've both lost that advantage.
I mean,
Thrown
she's
off
not like,
balance.
completely embarrassed.
Oh, Stacey
by it.
is so thrown off by this revelation.
Ah.
That's a 7. Don't worry
I'm
though,
gonna
she's
use
still
my
one better than you.
inspiration. Hold on.
One.
If you...
No.
Okay, hold on. I'm giving Stace inspo.
Go!
God damn it.
Stacey. Yeah, she manages to like slide hands up to cut, as though to cup you and hold you, but instead his fingers just going, just slipping in,
Oh my.
saying hello. And it all just looks part of the wedding veil. It's very deft. And now let's see if either of these succubi notice Khassid. I'll just do a advantage one they're both sharing.
Oh no.
I mean, if you want, I could do 2 separate checks of the identical number, but you'll realize that means the exact same thing.
I mean, yeah, ultimately.
A 16.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna stop my other expert's knack to succeed instead. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Python die.
Yeah, can you give me a perception? Didn't you use your portents in the fight in the alleyway earlier?
I honestly don't know. I'll
It's
just
been a while.
Mark it off. Fuck it.
Not,
Who cares?
not that I can fucking recall.
Yeah, alright, so perception. you
Everything
said?
was just
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so as you begin to scratch out one of the sigils, you feel like a tingle of just like that blue lighting energy, like crackle its way up your fingernail. It's just making the tips of your fingers a bit like itchy or tingly. It's a pretty direct dose. There's a lot of energy here, and doing it like this might be moderately catastrophic.
Like to me personally, or like I might blow up the room?
Yes.
Okay. Could I switch this to like a much more delicate sleight of hand check to, do it more expertly without detonating these runes?
Do you have any magical tools?
That's a good question. Let me look.
I feel you probably don't.
I have a silvery stake +1. I can use that to scratch shit out. Just pull out the fucking silver stake. Neat, neat, neat.
Steak's
I feel
not
like-
really known
it's not
for
really
their
stealthy.
delicacy, I'm afraid.
I mean, it's not known for it, but I think Cass is
You
good
can
enough.
do a disadvantaged sleight of hand with it. It's not
Yo.
really sleight of steak.
Wouldn't like the bouncer or somebody like the security be looking at you really weirdly pulling out a stick to carve
that is
stuff into
actually
the
a good
floor?
fucking point, yeah.
Fucking, I
That's
hope
not
she
funny,
comes
what?
over here and says something to me.
No, she's watching the show as well.
Lamau. Alright.
Okay.
I mean, the alternative is an Arcana check to try and, like, dispel this, but...
Yeah, you could try an Arcana.
Alright. Fucking, let's go. Raw dog. Yeah, 14.
The hell of a raw dog.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really a
Alright.
raw
Yeah.
dog. It's a +4.
Do you want the inspiration to try and roll higher?
I wouldn't mind. Unless I need to make, like, 20 of these, in which case, or... What is it, like, 8?
Who knows?
Yeah, fuck it. Sure, why not? I'll take it. Can't make it worse. Yay, made it better. Thanks, Hedrah.
Certainly doesn't make it worse. All right. As you, like, essentially rub out this rune, heck, with a 23, you're able to actually recover some of the blue lightning used in this rune's construction.
Fuck yeah.
Roll me 1d40 plus 20. Say level 6 effect.
Typical. 31.
Yeah, all right. You get 31 gold's worth of blue lightning. And as you do so, I mean, if anything, at this point, you can sense the succubi more than, like, physically, literally see them. And these two closest to you both suddenly look alarmed or feel like you get the sensation of alarm from them, as they are not wholly understanding of what might happen. Like, they're watching the show. When they look around the room or in the direction of this rune that you've wiped out, like, they basically look through you. They can't physically see you. And just like you're only, like, essentially just, like, cogent of them psychically.
Sorry, ladies. Yeah, as soon as they start looking around for me, if I've got this rune carved out, I'm gonna scarp her off to the next group.
Let's make these succubi a little bit more physical, shall we? Continue the show.
Yeah, all right, give me that performance.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna go this way instead.
Oh, 20.
21!
God damn it!
Yes, Stacey.
She is
My
the best!
goodness.
And it's these successes are by such higher margins than I envisaged. Cass, by the time you have scampered there, they are no longer just in the ethereal.
Okay. I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna run to the bar. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it.
Are you, like, climbing onto the bar? Or
Yeah, I'm doing whatever I have to do to get Jen's attention.
Jen will look up and... Mr. Cass, what are you doing?
Man, someone's trying to summon a demon here. You need to get your patrons out now.
What? She pauses and just, like, runs over to Darcy and then points at their pianist who's just on the other side of the room. Darcy looks at her like she's crazy. She gets her arm shaken, like, fine. She grabs a beer mug and just fucking yeets it at him. That interrupts the music almost immediately. Unfortunately, Anai, Stacey, you don't even notice it, but a lot of patrons look in the direction of the now disrupted pianist who's, like, rubbing his hand like, what the fuck was that? At which point Jen goes, everyone get the fuck out of the building! And I guess I'll make an intimidate check with advantage.
I guess the show is over.
Not her best.
Oof.
They're above a 15. So.
It's still a 16. Yeah, it beats any, like, civilians DC. So yeah, and Stacey, this magical moment has been interrupted. Stacey is looking like a tomat. As there are now, you realize you're surrounded by succubi. A couple of them are looking winded, like they're, like, resting hands on knees and doubled over like they're trying to catch their breath. At the same time, then these demons all pop into reality and people charge out of the building. The succubi all, like, look around confused, like, what the fuck happened? What is this? What's going on?
I'm looking around confused, like, what the fuck happened? What is this? What's going on?
Stacey does a scram, and then, fuck yeah, you stand protectively in front of Anai. However, the succubi mostly seemed like confused, winded, maybe in pain even.
Right.
They suddenly notice that they are being gradually surrounded by adventurers. One of them-
So, explanation?
yeah, one of
I'd
them
first.
speaks up in Abyssal.
Oh, hey. Mive speaks that.
What happened? Where are the summoners?
Does anyone other than Mive speak Abyssal?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's, yeah, it's on you then.
Double check.
No.
Tiff does not. My winces. I don't know about any summoners. You interrupted a very sexy dance, though, and you're gonna have to apologize for that. Looks around some more and then cracks her jaw and swaps to common. What happened?
That's what I'd like to know.
You happened to this bar.
No, this bar happened to us. And you see that Jen has grabbed a fucking two-handed, like, giant katana, like, washing pole motherfucker, and has rolled over the bar.
Oh, look at it. Back over.
This is the material plane.
Which one, dickhead? What happened?
Saris.
Oh, we're not supposed to be here yet.
Yet.
What do you mean,
Yes, we're here for the hunt.
What hunt?
It's on the hunt, hey. Like, they both, like, look around like, fucking, what is going on here?
I am very confused.
Jen points a sword at one of them. You, explain yourself right now. What are you doing in my bar?
I don't think they know.
This is a place that is a sanctuary. What are you doing here? Do you work with the cultist?
What? No, we're fighting the cultists.
Jen looks confused. Cultist? Cultist kidnapped her?
Yes.
She points the sword again more menacingly. We have nothing to do with cultists.
Apocalypse
Explain
cultists.
yourselves. And this is definitely not your sanctuary. This is my business and my house. No, this is a safe place that has been set up. A sanctuary. The runes were in place.
Okay, wait.
The hallowing. Consecrations. This place is covered in them. Jen, like, lowers the blade tip a moment. She's like, I haven't... No, there's not been anyone consecrating in here.
Wait, no,
clearly there has.
There totally has been. Whoever was stalking Anai did the same thing. They were using her as the focus for this ritual.
What? But I thought she was stolen by cultists. Why would they consecrate?
It wasn't the cultists, it was the Cadists. The god these demons are working with. Dark Pantheon god.
She pauses. Keanu can't be a brothel owner and not know who the... Anyway, she looks over these succubi. Could you please explain yourselves then, and maybe I'll put away the sword? Well, the succubi, like, straightens up a bit. I love your tone of voice, but I also don't take orders from you. And she looks like... Cassie, do you realize this woman next to you looks like she's torn between being sensible and being like, my sovereign land!
He's just gonna put like a gentle hand on her shoulder and say, okay, the apocalypse cultists that are trying to herald in the outer gods, you're here to fight them, or are you on their side? Let's just clear that up right now.
We are here to hunt those who hunt the gods. And the ones who hunt the abyssals. I do not know what your cult goes by. Cult of the End Time sounds very fitting and apt, but we shouldn't be here yet. We haven't even armed. Well, she indicates the whips. These are just for fun.
Okay, so you are on team stop the end of the world.
Technically, yes. We're more like kill the cultists, but yes. If that stops the end of the world, then hooray for the world.
Okay. Cass is just
That's good
gonna
for us.
lower his own sword. I don't think we need to fight. I think they're at least not here to cause harm to civilians.
Jen looks between you and then looks at the washing pole in her hands and then looks vaguely disappointed that she's not going to get to swing it. She will place it on the bar. It crosses the bar. It's a long fucking bit of kit. One of the succubi doesn't so much sigh with relief as just like, relaxes the stance as well. Goes the old hand on hip. You think she's striking a pose until you realize, like, that's probably just how
she stands.
Yeah.
I get it. Game recognizes game.
Yep. Indeed, I will click the little nameplate on. Soldier of the Cadist. Unfortunately, this soldier has no arms and armor. Indeed, none of them do, and also 2 of them now look quite injured.
Oh.
It appears the summoning was not without difficulties. I suppose that is because it was early.
Yeah, and not exactly, told to the people who live and work here.
We'll walk up and go. Loved the show, by the way, it is. Just beautiful. Oh, and so gay. I appreciate it. So when do you fuck? Stacey. No, this is... You don't fuck on stage. No one could have fooled me. You almost blew her. At which point Stacey pauses. She has a dick as well?
Not much of one.
That was the joke.
Oh no. Alright.
Wow. Heart brutal.
Stacey didn't see a dick when she got balls in her face.
I mean, yeah. Would have loved to just continue the show, but seems that got stopped.
There's a pianist who's like still shaking his hand out, like, I think you just broke my hand. Darcy goes, fuck, sorry, Greg.
Where's Greg?
He's just like I don't think I've got the piano down on this map. I don't, but he's just like off to your right over here on the stage side.
Just gonna go within like 5 and then just flash him.
Yeah. I'm like, thank you, Bear. Appreciate it. Then I'll tickle the ivories one more time. I mean, I could keep going with the show. Moment's a little bit spoiled. The
I
Cadist still
wouldn't
blink
mind
their eyes like, keep going.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind to keep going.
Stacey looks at you like you're crazy. Alright, Stacey, let's see it. You've passed both of your beans checks with like a plum so far. Let's see how much you've got your shit together. She doesn't faint. She just sighs and takes up a point on the pole again. Fuck it. Alright.
Wow, they are good at their job.
Jen crossed her arms. It is a shame that we will not have Anai here all the time.
It's a shame you don't have an eye here over time to be one up by Stacey by 1 point
Or
constantly.
1 point constantly.
Just look, Stacey has never performed so well as she has in this very moment. Anai clearly brings out the best in her. Anai's like, this bitch, I can't believe she's destroying me.
See, she's just trying so hard to impress Anai.
She really is. She's just like desperate. Like Khassid, you can obviously see it as that. Most of you can.
It just 1 up. Just
Yeah.
1 up. It's so good.
It was
constantly.
the dice had just have like dictated this whole relationship between them from start to finish.
Dice tell
Yep.
stories.
They do. They really
Well,
do.
of course, the
They really
dice
do.
have to dictate the fucking length of the relationship. Fucking her dick can't.
Wow.
Savage but true. But yeah, you no longer need to make performance tests. You're able to just go through the rest of the number. And some of the magic of the moment is gone, like that, like sinful otherworldliness isn't quite as present. Instead, it's probably just a bit surreal because you've got a whole bunch of people who look like they should be on the stage watching you instead. But they do appear to be enjoying this presentation of the arts.
Indeed. Of course, like at the end, gotta throw off like one of the actual leg guards and flick it off into the crowd.
Yeah, she'll catch the garter and it'll do a little jingle. She'll just wink and slide it onto her own leg. A motion that looks pretty fantastic for all to observe.
It'd be hilarious if you you flick that and get a nat one and just shoot the bird in the face.
Crank.
And what to call the bird lady's bird.
Oh, Tinker. Just crush a secretary bird with a bell-covered garter belt.
Just whack
Boink!
around the neck.
Scrap!
Around the neck.
Yeah. We'll do the sinful walk back off stage, and there's going to be a long talk.
Talk about what? I mean, yeah, you should probably explain what the hell is with all the demons. You seem to know them. I didn't think you were friends with all of the... What's up with the Succubi?
I don't. I was more talking about the case.
Can I take you out to dinner?
What? Why?
Because I would like to take you out to dinner. To a nice restaurant and treat you to a delicious meal.
This is some ploy, right?
The ploy is to go on a date with you.
Blue screen for a moment. Don't you hate me?
No?
Continue like blue screening here for a moment.
Why would you think I hate you? It's not kindergarten. I don't pull on people's hair because I like them.
The constant one-upping, every time being ever so slightly ahead of me.
What? No, I'm just trying my best to stay ahead. If anything, I'm just trying really hard to keep up with you. You and I bring out the best in me, and I have had a crush on you for years, and I would like to take you out on a date. Somewhere nice. And dress up pretty. And maybe Cass.
This is a lot to process. Worldview is kind of shattered here for a moment.
Why did you think I hated you, though? Just because I was trying hard?
No.
You notice that Stacey's got a lot of her confidence back now that she has seen that you have become a deer in the fucking headlights. So it's like, oh wait, I could be the predator. Yay! Ooh! I could do the thing. I could be in charge. The dom. Is this the doming thing? Is this what she wanted with the dirty talk?
Perhaps. Who knows?
I think we all know.
Read in the book of How to Dom.
She definitely has got that book on her mantelpiece.
Yeah. I suppose so. I mean, if there's anyone good enough to be equal, you prove yourself more often than not.
Glad I make the cut. So what do you think? Dinner at 8?
Sure.
Anything you prefer?
Why don't you surprise me?
Okay. And Stacey will adjust her tux and sort of looks down and realizes that her tits are basically just completely hanging out of a frontless suit shirt. It's dressed normally for that, though.
Yes. I'm sure you
So
have
how did
many...
you get a dick and balls?
Oh, right.
And also, where is the dick?
Well, so supposedly they're probably back in their change room now. So
Yeah.
Anai will pull down what little underwear there is for this.
Oh, it's adorable!
It instantly gets really hard.
She can't tell.
I know. That I had picked up a piercing,
Ah, cast magic item.
a useful one.
Yeah, if you wanted to grow a dingus, or
No,
not a
no,
especially large
help-
dingus.
it helps me in more agility than anything else.
Surely those would slow you down.
Well, those were a side effect from agility not working quite so well.
Mm. Well, we'll have to find out if they work well later. She pauses, just like absolutely, completely flubs whatever pickup line she was attempting, and then we'll just like run into their changing room.
Yeah,
For everyone
then-
outside.
And I'll go into someone like, what the fuck just happened here?
Jen goes, "Well, that was adorable. I clearly know how to pick an outfit."
Yeah, that was a 10 out of 10.
Oh, thanks, my mum stitches those.
Nice.
Yeah, the Cadist, on the other hand, have all sort of formationed up on, I guess, just the first one to have spoken up in general. Maybe I'll give her a unique. They're all the same stat block at the moment, but they also don't have like any of their weapons or armor, which is why they're quite low level stat blocks. It's basically just whip and bludgeon, and that's all they've got. No spell foci. But hey, they do all of their attacks have the passion tag on them as well, and then they do necrotic and radiant.
Neat.
Nice.
You don't want things to happen here? I was not expecting demon summoning.
I assumed that would be way too obvious, actually.
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting it. TBH. I thought it would be
I'll take that
possession.
when. Yeah.
Yeah, something similar to that, or like, yeah.
No,
Well,
I'll take that win.
I was not thinking just regular demon summoning, because when I saw the succubus, I was thinking like, oh, are they gonna start doing a fucking avatar summoning of the goddamn Cadist, so we get like a champion summoned in on them, because you said they were the address.
Hey,
Yeah,
look, I'm working on it, okay?
they were the address in the sense that they literally needed a way to know where they were headed. But
Okay,
essentially, these succubi all got caught short. Like they weren't supposed to be at the whatever their equivalent of a mustering ground is yet. So they were like, oh shit, it's go time like right now. All right, okay, everyone grab anything, and then they just turned up here.
So did Anai and Stacey just succeed too much on their performance and summon them early?
Yeah.
Nice.
We're too good.
They succeeded by such high margins, like in an excess of high margins on the part of both of them, who had been both marked by the Cadist after they'd been putting on back on all bondage fuck shows. Coincidentally, that was a show where Anai was present as a worker, and Stacey was there crushing on Anai, as she actually regularly did. But Anai never noticed. Of course she didn't. After it was done, this place would instead have been consecrated. If you'd completely interrupted them, or if they'd entirely flubbed it, they would have been summoned, but they would have been summoned as a combat encounter directly.
Oh.
Instead, they just succeeded really well and successfully summoned a whole bunch of demons, and they were like, oh, what?
Hooray?
Instead, the
Yeah,
party
I've heard the dreams are
succeeded
gonna
and
be-
summoned a bunch of demons.
Yeah.
Unusual
yeah.
occurrences in D&D.
Yeah, I know, right? You have actually no, because when you say you have successfully summoned the sorority of succubi, you'd be like, yeah, no, that was definitely intentional.
Yeah, I mean, when you
I'm
put
sure-
it like that.
I'm sure the dreams tonight are going to be very good for our successes.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. But yeah, let's see here. I'll give one of them an ID, and they'll pause. There's going to be some difficulty. We need arms and weapons and focuses.
Cass just like looks left, looks right, like this is not my specialty.
Do you know someone whose specialty it is?
About selling in arms and armor?
Yes.
I mean, we can show you where to go buy stuff.
That will what? She looks around. Do any of you girls have money? All of them shake their head. No, I'm afraid we weren't teleported with our purses.
Ma'am, you're a succubus. I think you have an inbuilt way to earn money.
Oh, well, that's true.
This is like the biggest city in the world. You're not gonna have a problem with that.
Oh, well, okay, fair enough then. Girls, meet up here tomorrow. Everyone arms and armor. And then they just all start sauntering out.
Castle, I guess, just give them the address of whatever armor he and Maeve usually get their shit from. Because,
Yep.
like, roguey shit probably fits well with the succubi theme.
But honestly, these women are probably like full plate.
Okay, then wherever Maeve gets
Like-
her shit from then.
Yeah, it's like their usual weapon loadout is full plate, a polearm for two-handing, a falchion for one-handing with a buckler, and their whip. And the buckler is usually a casting focus. Like, their general use of gear is as a higher level encounter gear, but as they are right now naked, they are still a level 4 encounter. Or a
Nice.
level 5 encounter. Let me just grab one for the captain and give her a succubusy name.
Succubusy name.
Yep. Oh, I mean, I'd just go with the classic.
Cassie.
Close.
That's close.
Went with kiss.
I mean, she insists.
I'm not sure you'd survive, but you're welcome to find out. Eyes do a glitter. Eyebrows do a wiggle.
Alright, hold on one second. Let me just roll the old wisdom save.
Wow, a staggeringly high wisdom save
I'm
for Cass.
shook. That's not
I'm
how it's
shocked.
supposed to go. I think I'll pass this time, but if mortality is in question, maybe ease up on whoever you're getting that money from.
Oh, well, yes, we're not going... Well, I mean, we could pick people that we could,
No,
and
no,
rob, but no?
that's going to cause you more trouble than it's worth. City has
Probably,
guards
if
and
we're-
investigators.
Yes, and if we're being hunted by some cult members, then,
Yeah, don't want to tip your hand.
Mhm. I think you're just being a softie and you don't want us going around and eating the souls of criminals.
It can be
We could do it
both.
for good. They don't need those souls. What are they going to use them on?
Criminals are people too.
Some of my best friends are criminals.
Just
Alright, fine.
thank you.
Out of character, they do have a prison though with murderers and shit.
Yeah, I mean, look, if they
Yeah,
want
but they
to,
aren't going to pay out.
Yeah.
They aren't going to get paid to go in there and serve people to death. Like, they're looking for wallets. They're looking for lucre. Cold, hard cash.
Well, that would be a method of execution, the last stock.
The
no, that's
last
how
sucker.
Bob's Executioner Grove does it.
No, that's just Bob that does that. The rest of the Executioner's Grove has been very good at finding and neutralizing corruption.
Yeah, by sucking it out.
Yeah, you got to suck the poison out, Bob. Come on. Okay. Yeah. So Cass was like sit back as they start like heading out to go earn money. Once they're gone. Man, that was fucking weird. Just sort of scratch his head for a few minutes.
That was very odd indeed.
Yeah, we should probably go check on Stace and Anai. Just in case there's, like, something lingering on them from this spell?
That's a good question. Is there something lingering on us from the spell?
Not that you can detect.
Okay. Other than natural
I mean,
disaster,
you know earlier that you were marked by the Cadist. You presume that you haven't been jujued in any particular way. The only thing that you're suffering from right now is the heart fluttering. You're like, yeah, no, my heart keeps pounding, my stomach feels churny, I don't feel great. I think I must be sick.
I want to pull out my hair more, you know?
I mean, it's more efficient than shaving. Yeah. Eventually, Stacey will step out, and she's just wearing like a cardigan and skirt. She's gone back to looking like the girl next door.
Castle goer. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Also, I'm pretty sure men aren't supposed to be around here in the back room.
Yeah, well, making sure you're alright is more important than the rules.
Oh, you're precious, Cass. And yeah, I'm good. I confess to Anai.
Really?
It went weirdly. She thinks I hate her.
Yeah. She's... Yeah, I think she has a whole wrong idea about you.
Couldn't have warned me.
I was gonna. I didn't think things would go this far. I was gonna try and soften her up for you, actually.
Oh, well, I just sort of went for it while I had my muster up. Of course, I feel like an idiot now. Clearly, you guys are all up to something that's ridiculous. What the hell is with demons, Cass?
I don't know. That was not what I was expecting to happen. I thought someone was gonna try and, like, possess Anai or something. That's why we came.
You just let us do the show even though you thought she was going to get possessed?
Well, not right now.
That's also irresponsible.
I was hoping we'd be able to find out who was doing it, and then we could arrest them before they could do the thing. This is not at all what I thought was going to happen. We had a whole plan for a completely different set of circumstances.
Does Marie and I?
Yeah, I mentioned the Cadist thing to her.
Oh, so she didn't tell me either. I see how it is. I just have to be left out, huh?
We didn't want you to know, because then whoever was, doing working magic on you would know. And they might go into hiding, and we couldn't find them anymore. I'm sorry.
Ah, so it was more useful as bait.
Well, they might have hurt you if we couldn't stop them, so we had to try and stop them.
Who was useful as bait now? She takes this opportunity to step out.
I was, apparently.
I'm sorry, Stace. You're right, we should have warned you.
You were bait? How are you bait? That makes sense. I thought I was the one that'd be bait in this case, I suppose.
Your performance, this whole thing. Yeah.
She just sighs,
Right.
folds her arms. Is this why I have those weird dreams?
Oh, you
Yeah.
have those too?
Probably. No,
Oh,
definitely.
do you also get fucked by 3 Anais?
Not 3 of me.
Huh.
She turns to look away.
3 of you.
Ah.
I think the Cadist is trying to say you two are meant for each other.
Yeah. What are they supposed to look like?
3 angels of Hagen, I do believe is what their description was. Well, not so much angels of Hagen anymore, but...
They used to be. Now they're their own little 3 Bacchanalia party girls.
Oh. I mean, you should have been looking around MMM for them.
Honestly, not a bad call.
She pauses and goes, oh, actually, I was expecting you to say, yeah, that's why Ralu was going... I guess you just wanted to be big and milky.
Yes,
Fair
no,
enough,
she just wanted a boob job.
You know, that's what MMM are there for. That and actually in education, but mostly the boob jobs.
It's like 90% the boob jobs. Probably
You make it look good,
95%.
though. Nearly as good as Anai.
Well,
Yeah.
this is a weird set of circumstances, and I'm not entirely sure why you two got picked for being a demon summoning locust, but
I'll give you one hint. Gestures at body.
well, yeah, I mean, sure, but I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with Cadist to really comment on it, I guess.
Neither am I, but must have saw something I liked.
I mean, everyone who looks at you sees something they like.
Exactly.
I like the idea that throughout all of this, Loam has just been sat, like, drinking beer and eating chips.
Yeah, basically.
He's just been chilling, like, boots up by this point.
Has not moved a muscle this entire
Has
time.
not moved.
Nope.
Alright,
This show's entertaining. Stuff's face
It
with
is.
popcorn.
well,
We've been having a great time. Got to see a bunch of pretty people have a dance, or a whole bunch of demons crop up. The demons didn't, like, attack all of them, which is a nice change.
I didn't have to shoot anybody or stab anything.
I basically just spotted things.
hey, that's
yeah,
what
you
you're
just
good
done a
for.
radar dish. Yep.
Alright, want me to walk you home, Stace?
I would appreciate that, although I think I might hang around until closing. We're a little bit understaffed at the moment, and I here was only signed up for one dance tonight, so I've still got like 3 more hours, assuming that we're even going to have customers in. And again, it's not even at the busy hour, so we're probably going to have customers in.
I'll stay as well. I did promise to answer any questions you might have now about all of this happening.
All right, I'll take you up on that.
You seem to be out at pianist. I guess I'll take over.
No, the pianist is
Uh, yeah, he's been tinkling the ivories again. He had his hand flashed by
Oh, okay.
by Karin. Like, nah, Greg's the trooper.
Guess I'll just eat snacks then.
Are you gonna
That's
stay
a-
all night and watch the shows? I can't blame you.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I've never been. This place is actually pretty cool.
It is the best place for all this, yes.
It's a little weird that it's being watched by my sister's ex-boyfriend, but you know, whatever.
I will look respectfully at a wall most of the time. If that makes you
I
feel
won't.
better.
That's a terrible waste.
I know.
I won't be. I'll be paying direct attention, making sure you can keep up performances here.
I will be doing my best. Oh man, you really do hate me.
Not so much anymore, I suppose.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
never
How? A question:
Not-
Are they outside where they're visible to the rest of us? That's a
they're like, you know, they've come out now in their
Yeah.
like normal wear between shows and
Ah,
yeah, they've been hanging with you guys. We heard it. Yeah, Big
Okay,
Darcy
just-
looking real good with the fluffy crop jacket and the wall of abs.
Okay, just gonna say, just if they're discontent, just gonna say, she's very intelligent, but she's stupid as fuck sometimes.
I'm going to choose to ignore that bear.
Yes, I know.
I don't know why they got me so much.
Anyways, I guess it's more my fault in this misunderstanding.
I could have always spoken up. I clearly gave you cues to think that and didn't notice. Jen leans over. Don't apologize, Stacey. Anai is a doofus. She looks great, but goodness, she's a doofus. A genius bimbo. Stacey snorts into her drink.
Just drag on a night, isn't it?
Oh. Don't worry, you still looked great. Okay, so in the interest of not continuing on with that particular
Oh.
matter. Oh yeah.
No, I'm just gonna ask. I have a quick chat with Jen and Darcy's mentioned the fact that, well, if somebody's been setting up this place for demonic summoning here, guess gonna have to start to have a little look of maybe suspicious individuals that's been, well, sneaking in here.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible they've been breaking in to do this while, like we're not open during, morning and afternoon and early evening or any of those times.
Is there not anybody
I
here
guess.
watching the place?
No one's been, well, obviously someone has been crazy enough to break in here, but no one's stolen anything ever. No one's been that stupid in general because I'm still well respected in this particular neck of the woods.
I guess you got a better look at the stuff. Did that look to be quite intricate, or
Yeah,
because
that
I
was
could feel the
very complex rune work, and they had high quality residium. Castle take out a little vial of the blue lightning, he pulled it off the floor.
Anai looks up like a drug dog. Huh?
No, bad.
spritz.
No, she's not. She's not focused on that right now. She's just
Yeah,
trying
but
to
this
look
is,
at
yeah,
the
this is the
memory.
first time blue lightning hasn't gotten attention out of an eye.
Wow. You finally found something you like more than drugs. Congratulations.
Well, it's more like she's like looking over this whole entire past and like, fuck.
Yeah,
shit,
no, yeah,
how did I
herself.
miss this?
Yeah, Anai is busy cringing out loud. Yeah, and you are able to hang around for as long as you like. The place does eventually fill up with people again. There are still like muttered conversations like, I heard demons showed up. What is going on? They're like, no, it's just a show. Everyone got a little bit too into it, and Jen's been drinking, so sometimes that happens. Like I've never seen Jen drunk before. I'm like, well, now you know why you haven't seen Jen drunk before. But yeah, eventually the place fills out and it becomes business as usual. And as day turns to night and night just looks like a slightly different colored day as far as the city is concerned, eventually we'll reach closing hours and a pretty late time of night. And you are able to head home. The question is, where do you head to as your respective homes? And do you try to accomplish anything while you are here in this bar?
Nah, straight home for Masika.
Yeah, you got some American cuddles waiting for you.
Yeah.
Although I think right now your wife and child are sleeping in like the guest room at Cass's place.
Still, home is where they are.
Yeah.
Cass will invite anyone in the party who needs it a place to stay at his parents' house.
General look over to you guys. Well, obviously you've done me a favor. The the rooms are clean if you need beds to crash on. They're quite nice too. I do say so myself. And we just like open these doors and show them off.
And do you have a
Nice.
roof spot or anything like that?
A roof spot? I'm afraid not. No, the roof is triangular.
Okay.
There is no loft here. There you go. It's a pretty nice map.
It is.
I see the Cadist room.
You know what? That might be where we might be staying to have talks over the night and everything.
Oh yeah. You two are gonna talk, are you? Which room do you want to talk in?
The one with the heart, the feather, and the...
Yeah, the good double bed and everything like that.
Oh, I figured you'd be all lovey-dovey with the champagne and fruit and...
Look, we need to talk over like actual stuff and everything. If it happens to be
have
like
a conversation.
Like
they need to sit in the whips and chains room. I was just like, well, I mean, this is clearly the perfect map for it.
Well, if Stace doesn't need walking home, then Cass is. Yeah, I think just go back to Mom's place.
I'm just gonna check if mostly because open night sky, nice and cool. Try to see the stars and the moon.
Oh, it is impossible to see the. You can see the moon. You
Light.
can't see the stars in the city. The light pollution is hardcore.
Sad bear noises, but moon is good.
So yeah, there are no stars over Las Dorado. The stars are all down here, baby.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why they are fallen stars.
Just means they were all moving fast and burning up.
Yeah, but that was just very fucking dark of me. But I'm just trying to say, like, moving when you say moving too fast. But yeah, they missed their shot and just came crashing down.
Yep.
They missed the heavens.
Yeah. So, any big questions you want to start with, or
I mean, I'm just gonna go with no. It's obviously a lot of complicated shit that I've been left out of for a reason, haven't I?
not to my knowledge? I don't know how much you do know and don't.
But then I wouldn't know what to ask.
Then, how much do you want to know?
I don't know what I need to or what I want to. I'm sorry, and it's a kind of a whole lot all at once. I'm still
Yeah.
amazed I worked up the courage to actually ask you out.
Yeah. I really am a dingus not noticing this sooner.
You know, it was one of the cute things about you. I don't know. I just always had a crush. Oh, for years.
Well, I'm glad you don't hate me at least.
No, never have. Always just. Though I figured I'd have been caught out like any number of times, and you just chose not to bring it up.
Yeah, I just never noticed it. Too focused on trying to actually get ahead of you again.
You are ahead of me. I had to take on extra credit just to keep up.
Is that how you did it? Oh my god. How did I not notice this?
She pauses like, you don't know how you just go to the teacher and ask them to give you like examination credit. You just ask them for work and they'll give you work for credit. I've been doing extra credit for 3 years.
Internal screaming.
And I'm feeling like I'm so behind on all of the studies.
I mean, she was never like behind. She's
No,
always
you
trying
were
to.
no, but you could have been like miles ahead of Stacey in work if you'd just been like, I could have just been doing extra credit as well as nailing all the exams. It was like, yeah, how do you think I was scoring above the maximum number of points? You actually got all your exams like more correct than me.
Oh.
Make up for it with credit.
Oh.
Work harder, not smarter.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, rooms to ourselves for the most part then. Well, if I have any questions you do want to ask me, then I'll answer what I can.
Do you really like dirty talk? Or is that just like you were expecting some kind of hate fuck thing?
Yes.
Fair enough. But I'm so bad at curse words.
Doesn't need to be curse words.
Okay, well, then I'm bad at dirty talk? Guess I will have to practice. Eyebrow wiggle.
I suppose so.
Yep. She is going to eat fruits, and it is also like, probably 2, 3 in the morning at this point, so she's just going to go collapse.
Yeah. I will collapse next to her, I suppose.
Yeah.
We have the room, might as well sleep in it.
Yep. Let's see here. You return. No, you managed to return back to your respective homes in peace. Loam has a hotel. Obviously, Khassid and Co. Not a big problem. Karin, where do you stay?
Well, the casino place did have didn't have like an open skyway.
I mean, since it's got a dry dock, you probably can just like sit out on the stone dock portion of it and look at the water across the lake.
Yeah, but for sleeping outside, it's sort of like can be robbed down there. That's the thing.
Yeah, but these guys actually have guards.
Oh, well then, yeah.
And this section of dock literally belongs to them. It's their dry dock.
Okay, then yeah, I can just sit outside, nice and cool. Just watch the moon, watch the light, the moon on the lake. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. In
At
this
some
case,
point, someone will bring you out a blanket.
can just put it under herself, then just sit more comfortably.
Yeah.
Just fall asleep sitting.
Sounds good. All right. And then the morning arises. I mean, it's not like there are any kind of like alarm bells or clock towers or anything that go out of their way to wake you up. It's just that the natural ambience of the city changes from the activity of leisure and pleasure. It transitions to the activity of like just work, hustle and bustle, big air quotes. Like just the flavor of the city changes. To those who live here, it's a familiar thing. You can just basically feel the world wake up around you, even though it never really went to sleep. To those who aren't
That
regulars here, it's probably a little bit more disconcerting.
that transitional noise of like the more quietly shuffle and the laughter to more like
Industry.
more solid. Yes, the more solid steps and like morning talks and everything.
Yep, fishmongers monging fish. All that usual business. Yeah. You guys are now able to reconvene and head up to the haunted pier and meet Big Papa Hagen,
Hell yeah.
the golden pup himself.
Well, it's the same fucking color scheme as some blasted Karin.
He is a handsome lad.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
I too, very excited. It's gonna be so weird that my grandma stabbed him.
Yeah, oh god, that's right. I'm sure that's fine though. I mean, he was asking for it, right?
I hate that term, but yes, technically.
So see, it's
I'm
fine.
sorry, what?
Don't worry about
I
it.
feel
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I feel there's a lot of context I'm missing.
Sorry, it's god shit.
Yeah, don't worry about it though.
Yep. Personal matters of the faith. I shouldn't have said it. It's just kind of a worry that I have, but then it's kind of a worry that all of my family have had, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Right. I have enough god shit to worry about on my own, I suppose, so don't need to worry about others.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna come down. Doesn't want to miss out on the show. And yeah, it is a large, magnificent casino. And this is actually the small one. the actual structure is essentially 3 buildings together. This is the VIP casino. This is the third of 3 casinos and the fanciest one. And you can see that already it has a huge number of banners that have been placed outside, brilliant golden and white pennants that just like flutter in the breeze, people coming and going, and every now and again they'll look auspiciously towards the this particular building and throw up the Y pose. You
Cats
swear
and
that
my
there is
Collegiate.
indeed a golden light coming from the ceiling.
Oh, so this is the Ultralux. Good to know.
Prepare to become feasted upon.
Now we just need the Kimura and the tops.
Oh, don't worry, those are around. Bada bing, baby. Please, we call that one the Irasian Casino.
I'm sure that has no implication whatsoever.
No, it definitely didn't come into existence because of some other game that was being played.
Yep.
I definitely didn't go 1 second. I have to find a map for this, and then immediately found it. Was like, yeah, that's probably how Irase looks, or at least their casino does.
Well, we'll see which, if either world that ends up being in.
True. I have that one. I have that one backed up, just basically waiting to see how that all plays out. Yeah.
I am working hard for it to be in the to come to Iona.
That is true.
Well, in the meantime,
Yeah. In the meantime, let's go ahead and enter here.
Yeah, you have Ralu with you, but you know, obviously, right now isn't acting because, no.
Yeah.
We are currently strayless. She's busy partying hard or hardying hard.
Stray is gone stray. It's a shame.
Stray. God, what fucking show was that? It was that anime about gay wolf boys.
I'm going to need you to be more specific
Oh,
if I can
Wolf's
give you an
Rain.
answer.
That was it. Yeah, Wolf's Rain.
Ah,
that,
yes.
that
Okay.
Yeah.
fucking that fucking intro song just immediately opens up with Stray. Like really loudly and clearly.
Yeah, sorry, that took about a couple of seconds to go through. When you say gay wolf boy, okay, that's a fucking arc I
Yeah,
have to
just
go
gotta.
through. Ah, anime, there.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a lot of fucking mangas to go through, let me fucking tell you.
Yeah, I imagine gay wolf boys doesn't really narrow it down.
There you go. For anyone who isn't streaming, I mean, even if you are streaming, you like it literally for 2 seconds of audio, you immediately be like, oh yeah, okay, fair enough.
Oh, fuck you, Crunchyroll. Winter is not available in your country. Fuck you.
Lamau.
Oh, it's
Classic.
fucking Crunchyroll. Yeah, oh, it's a shame.
Oh well.
Typical.
Stray, yay!
Anyway, you guys ready to meet Hagen?
There you go.
I suppose so.
Oh my
Well,
god, literally upstairs, yes.
Well, I got blasted by his light, and took a couple of hours and I could see something again, but sure.
You did get seasoned.
It just shifts down to be like,
Golden and tanned
Ye-
and glorious. Yeah. Like you've got that Hagen's glorious glow about you.
Yeah. And we've got his sacred weapons here, too.
Less so excited about finding out whether I might have magical parasite inside of me that turns into a demon if I die or something else, but yes.
Well,
What?
If that's the case,
That-
I'm sure Hagen can help us out with that.
I'm sorry, what was that you just said?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Alright. Well, as you enter, you are greeted by a very golden-haired elven individual wearing a brilliant tuxedo of white silk and gold thread. They have a little clipboard, a fancy twist-hilted rapier with a great big fancy golden basket on it. Like, this person is bedecked in that good. They are like money itself walking around right now.
Okay, fancy pants.
internally, you guys call that fancy? Come on now. This is just standard.
And Cass doesn't say that out loud, but
Yeah. It would be this individual manager. Very shiny and fancy.
I respect
Very
that amount.
shiny
the
and
Shift Z
gold.
doesn't do it. Oh, alright, fine then. I'll bring you over. I thought the Shift Z worked on any map, like at the time,
Nope.
but I guess
I think we have to be on the map. You have to do the
yep,
shift Z
so it
on.
would seem.
oh boy, is it time for more Gamba?
Yeah, as you
Perhaps.
approach the ivory stairs, a number of individuals will step away. As you approach, a couple of them will look to you and then smile and nod, and a couple of them see Maeve and the fucking weapon that she's carrying around and will give similar utterances of praise. Lots of lay people praises. The manager, however, is stood by the desk and will wave you over as you approach the entryway.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Hi.
Hello there.
A pleasure. We've been expecting you to arrive. Yeah, as you cross the threshold, you can now hear like the just like voices of activity and soft playing piano, like a chill morning tracks. Indeed, the big man upstairs said you were coming. He said it
I
was very
see.
important. VI, VVI, PPP. You go and see to him. Of course, we've been having a lot of those recently. I blame it on the year.
As would I.
I'm a manager here at the Golden Sun Casino. It's my job to ensure that your needs are met. Is there anything you require?
I think we're good. Just directions on where to go.
Bucket of ice.
Bucket of ice? That can certainly be done. Why, you're looking very fine, my dear. The living space on the second floor is conditioned. We have a frost mage come in every morning.
Cool.
I believe you have permission
no,
to
she-
use our accommodations here, should that be of an interest to you, or at least that's what it says here on these VIP tokens. And she holds out a series of placard cards for you. And in the meantime, your bucket of ice will just be at the bar over there. You just have to request it.
Cass will
Much
look at the little
obliged.
placard card.
Thank you.
It is a rich mahogany wood like credit card sized thing that's been edged in like actual literal gold and embossed in gold leaf, and it has the logo of the Golden Sun Casino on it. It gives you access to all of the tables and through the doors, and also gives you access to our private suites should they be needed.
Very well. Is the big man upstairs already waiting for us, or does he have a meeting before we can meet them?
He is expecting you. As to whether that means you are to wait or not, I don't know in this instance, but you'll certainly find out if you go up to the third floor. He has the roof seat.
Very well then. I suppose I should all go and see.
Of course. Thank you for visiting. If you're sure to spend money, then do take care to spend it big.
The typical Anai smile. I always do.
Hey, dudes. Hagen is
That's it.
watching.
Yeah, it'd be like everyone has like this half stoic professional picture. It's just a picture of cat. Be like Steve-O with the thumbs up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that is how it is. A nice, like, super serious, elegant cast, like, hi! Finger guns.
Yep.
Yep.
Also, we have here the second floor, aka the private suites.
Cool.
They're very richly appointed. Again, everything follows the same, like, ivory and gold combination.
Yeah, this is a pretty map.
It is supremely cool. There was a version of it without the Patreon at the bottom right there, but I picked the one with it because, yeah, I got it for free, so I should certainly do him that favor.
Yeah.
Of course, like Google's image search will just rip the like non-free ones out of his website to just put them up there. I'm like, that's kind of not cool.
Yeah.
Well, Tom Cartos at Patreon, over at patreon.com.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Indeed.
He does a lot of good maps, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should all check him out.
And then the third floor. It is a beautiful rooftop garden, and it is bright up here. It is that kind of bright where you are desperate to shield your eyes, but it's not hurting them in any kind of way. Indeed, this is a sun that you could stare at all day. Although, weirdly enough, he seems to be stood behind the bar. He is polishing what seems to be a chalice made of solid gold and flashing a brilliant smile. Maeve just about has a small heart attack and fans herself. Oh my gosh, it's Hagen. Well, at least you didn't say, oh my god, it's Hagen. Otherwise, I'd have heard you twice. Welcome to my humble abode of the moment, adventurers. I believe you have a number of questions for me, and I have a number of requests for you, so I hope you weren't planning on going anywhere too soon.
No, I don't
I
believe
need
we
time
were,
with
at
my
least.
family.
Yeah, you've got our
Oh,
undivided
I
attention.
would not dream of taking you away from your family. These businesses are within the city for sure.
Oh, more god tasks.
Oh, you don't have to sound quite so reticent. They're more like god
I'll just-
requests.
I'll
They're
just
jobs
be
that you
over
can
here.
turn down. Oh, well, I appear to have insulted one of your companions.
No,
I
Shame.
wouldn't worry about it.
Loam's just a misotheist.
I mean, no, I unfortunately do know what poor Loam's problem is. She has every right to get to grips with that in as much time as it takes her.
Of course, whenever she
There are
feels
no
comfortable telling
secrets
us.
under the sun. Now then, go ahead. What would your first question be? I am here to answer for all my followers.
I suppose the most pertinent one is the worry that Cass brought up to all of us. Are we possibly being used to summon forth outer demons of chaos or whatever beings they are?
You were meant to be, but I happen to have noticed, and everyone's favorite little individual, Python, happened to decide to get involved, which I certainly appreciated.
So we're not at risk of turning into like demon host things?
Unless you're captured again, no. I don't believe that they are at any risk of spontaneously exploding. You would have to choose to sit in some kind of ritual circle for quite a long time. Forgive me, I am not the god of magic, but I have a general inkling. Honestly, I don't quite know how Python pulled it off. And I rarely do.
Oh, I'm relieved to hear that.
What, that Python can pull one over Hagen, or that you aren't going to explode?
That I'm not going to explode.
Fair enough. There are seeds in you, they just have no way to be watered, let's say. Or maybe there are no tree to bear fruit. You should be fine. Just, should you fail in your endeavors, get captured, and dropped into some horrific ritual again, I otherwise cannot make any such promises.
I will endeavor for that not to happen.
I know. Sorry, it sounds real smug of me, I'm sure.
Perhaps just a tad.
So,
So-
how the hell did they get all of us? from
Well,
where we were. Wait over there.
some of you have been to places, seen and done things that are impossible. And some of you are associated with individuals whose presence has marked your lives one way or another, even if you don't know how. I apologize on the sake of my very self that it is your attachment to my here, who then just Wolf makes fangirl noises. Uh, got a number of you captured. There are familial relations that reach back to a degree. The Lady Loam there happened to move a carriage whose purpose was actually to bring an old relic of mine here to the City of Gold. Karin, of course, you're a world walker, so hardly a surprise in your case.
Well, it would be more a surprise for everyone else, but
I mean, I would be amazed actually if you remember being a world walker, because I believe that you spent that entire time. Let me see how Asmund put it. Uh, practically liquidated on firewater.
I don't remember much other than moon. And yeah, to be honest, it's moon and ass for some reason.
I suspect you scored a lot of one or the other. Uh, I look, hey, you're the one of the goddess's secrets. I didn't exactly go asking for your story. Go figure she liked to hang on to that particular secret. Heck, maybe she even helped you forget it. I don't know what you got up to there, but I do know that you've walked the plains. Intact or unintact or otherwise.
Well, I would leave a mark somehow. But my drunken years are very hazy, and well, I deal with the goddess of secrets, so
Yes.
back then it drove to a lot of drinking.
That's understandable. And if it's any consolidation, I can already tell that your days of drinking are long behind you, and probably always will be. You have what it takes, and the will it requires. You'll probably never forgive yourself, but that's okay. One doesn't have to be happy to live. You can go through life and enjoy it all the same.
Did so self it's a self penance for well what I did during those times and not taking responsibility back then for what I did. So
I understand. I had to take a certain degree of responsibility for things I didn't do. But I'm back now. I got over it. Flashes you a grin. You never seen a god be sheepish, but he's like, I don't really want to go into that. My just like tucks tail. Oh no, don't worry, it's fine. Didn't feel a thing.
Right.
Still, sorry. It's like, no, seriously. Every single one of your relatives I've met so far has indeed apologized profusely. I am not the god of grudges. You're fine.
Right. I think
yeah, it's just
the original question was less why we were taken, more how they managed it.
Well, I don't know, honestly. Because you were relevant, fate stepped in. It's kind of hard to put it one way or the other, but fate is its own force, and it is intrinsically involved in just dragging you all into it. If there's a prophecy, it looks for people to fill the holes if those particular spaces are missing. The
And
impossible becomes possible, and it so happens to be that the events of Saris spiraling vastly out of control under the whims of a bunch of really terrible individuals, or non individuals in the case of some of them, was always going to happen one day.
And there is a prophecy then?
In a manner of speaking, yes. It's more like entropy coming to catch up with us. You can't just create a world and expect nothing to come of it. There is a balance somewhere out there.
Toll must be paid.
Essentially, yes. If it were a journey, I suppose to some life is, so yeah, the metaphor holds. I feel
Okay.
bad, obviously, for those of you who did get involved, or those of you who fate chose were only chosen because of relation to me or to other gods and events.
Hmm.
Loam in particular, I feel rather bad. You seem to have been caught out, and it was for moving something that belonged to me. He
Right
reaches into
then.
a like plain white silk pocket. I just haven't really mentioned that he is just chilling in a straight up toga. So there is also a lot of abtac yellow wolf.
I feel we've already asked a decent number of our questions. What's one of your quests? Let's do a little bit of back and forth here at least.
Well, one of my friends is going to be in danger pretty soon.
A follower, a fellow divine being.
Honestly, she's one of Embla's followers, but she has been a good influence in Last Dorado. As missing an influences as this place might be, there are a few good eggs out there, and this one happens to be quite useful to keeping this place running. She currently is waiting in the Diamond Rose Cafe. I don't know if you've heard of the place.
I have, yes.
Uh, of course, I suppose there would be an issue of trying to enter the cafe.
No, no issue on my part at least.
Well, fair enough. Here, for the rest of you then, I suppose you don't want one of these. He pulls out a series of what appears to be rings made of solid golden tourmaline, polished completely smooth. It captures the light of the sun itself.
Oh wait, that's the place you need 1,000 GP to enter, isn't it?
Yep, 1,000 GP in jewelry on your person.
Dang.
That's fine. I can make a stop by and like one of my like.
Yeah, you could go.
Uh,
You could go buy a sabri off his table. He's holding out like I certainly have enough for all of you. It
Far
is
be
very
it from
pretty.
the to not accept a god's gift.
That's what I
Yes,
thought.
I'm just gonna
Wow.
shift down and be like, it's just a fucking human version of him.
Hey, look at you! You've got a beautiful tan. Uh, oh,
Yeah,
ah, I see why now. Uh-huh. I hope that
yeah.
those weapons fare you well, and I apologize for the abrupt tan. That will clear up with the winter solstice.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the much the issue was the fact that like, oh, there went my sight for half a day.
Uh, I can only apologize so much, but you did look at the sun.
It's a
Oh,
shame the tan's gonna go away. It's pretty nice.
I mean, if
Hmm.
she stays out in the sun, it won't.
Yeah, to stay down here in the
But the
desert.
magical part of it, you know,
Yeah.
he grins. Anyway, here, one of these for each of you. And yeah, he will pass each of you a ring made of solid golden tourmaline. It is worth 1,000 GP,
Wow.
and it fits each of your fingers perfectly.
Gold
Karish, your
and or
one
gold and?
golden, as in it is tourmaline of a brilliant golden hue.
Okay.
It is. There's no metal in this thing. It is just a solid crystal.
nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Karin, your one has like one of those underbands on it, so you can see that it won't snap if you bear up.
Oh, sweet, that's good.
Yeah, I'd hate to cut off a pinky.
Thank you very much.
Hey, you're welcome. And it is, so far as I'm aware, quite a nice cafe. Lovely clientele, although they might put your friend Cass here in a dress.
Oh no. Anyway, who's your
Dave
friend?
snickers.
Yeah, you say that like that's probably never happened before.
Oh, I mean, I know it has, but spreads his hands helplessly. There is unfortunately very little I don't.
Oh, anyway, who's your friend?
My friend is a woman who goes by, not mother, Mama. She happens to run Las Dorado's shiny little nightlife and happens to take care of a few matters for me. Not those kinds of matters.
Oh. Do you know who's going to be imperiling her?
I can't say for sure, only that they are probably a bunch of doomsayers. Indeed, I'm expecting the doomsayers to turn up here at some point in the next hour. You're welcome to handle them if you would like to. I'm sure they could drop something useful in a fight. Otherwise, I'll, do that god thing and...
Do they really think they have a chance of, like, hurting you? That's kind of silly.
Well, unfortunately, not all of my children know where they're walking. Quite a large number of them are lost. And one who believes that the world is going to end without hope is going to disbelieve a lot of things, like the omnipotence or omnipresence of gods. So brazen that they'll walk down the streets in my own brilliant sunlight, claiming that I have left them, and that the me that is here is but a shadow and imitation, that I have been dead for oh so long. Please, I was dead for oh so long, but it didn't take.
Well, we should probably take care of him then.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wouldn't hurt
I
to have
would
more useful
appreciate
things.
it.
Wouldn't want anyone to get hurt in the collateral while they're trying to make their way to you.
Indeed, I appreciate that thinking.
Hmm.
That said, it'll be fine. You'll be okay.
Hmm?
He beams you all a brilliant smile. I don't want to spoil all of the fun of adventure.
Even Cass swoons a little bit when he smiles.
Oh yeah, like it's just like a brilliant natural smile. It's not even like the cocky flirt smile of his token. It's just like he just smiles and everything feels okay when you look at him. Like everything's just gonna be alright. Doesn't hurt that he's like a 9-foot tall buff wolf man, but you know. Anyway. I believe you'll be able to stay here for as long as you want. At least while you're here in Las Dorado and I am, which is pretty long for the foreseeable future.
Oh, that's good to know.
Nice.
And perhaps I can make you all a drink. And a little something special for Karin here.
Well, can't say no to that kind of offer.
Do you know if they have the gall to complain that I am here behind a bar? What am I to do as a god but serve my people? It's like being a king with extra steps. I would much rather do something direct, like be able to hand someone a beverage.
All
Out
right.
of character, that just made me fucking chuckle internally so fucking hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Karin, for you, he puts down what appears to be a, like as we'd recognize it in modern parlance, like, the rim-lipped pint glass, except it is filled to the brim with plenty of crushed ice and a clear amber juice. I think Tristy would have an existential crisis if he met Hagen.
Probably.
It's like, no, it can't all be fine.
Well, it's more
like, but it will be.
like it might have cured his misotheism a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, the god of like light and good telling you that, like, yeah, I died and I got over it, and the world kept turning while I was away. The world, everything will be fine.
No,
That's just life.
It's less that and more like a god actually thinking, what am I to do but serve my people?
Ah,
And,
of course.
Tristan's whole thing was like, gods, why aren't you doing anything?
Mm-hmm. No, that is a fair point. Yeah, and in Haken's case, he's like, yeah, I am here and I'm working. They say gods work in mysterious ways, but there is nothing mysterious about us holding up the walls of the end of the world. It's a great tax on the strengths of all of us.
I bet.
Oh, I'm glad at least some of you don't work in mysterious ways.
I
Unlike
try not to be mysterious.
your other fallen angels, I suppose, now turned gods.
He winces. Oh, the poor things. I mean, I'm glad they found their place in life, but it is always sad to see, family leave the nest, as it were.
Hmm.
They don't have anything nefarious planned for Anai, do they?
For Anai, no, I don't believe so. They're more interested in, I don't know, keeping things interesting. And the end of the world is very immediately interesting, but in the long term, not going to be doing anyone any favors.
No, I imagine not.
Hagen could bust some sweet moves.
Yeah, it made
Dance
me
off,
think
bro. Dance off.
I saw this meme like fucking 10 years ago and it'd been stuck in my fucking head. And I've been
Finally, a
waiting
chance
for a
to use it.
fucking moment.
Yeah,
Yes.
all for this.
Now, I'm sure you already know about their presence in the city, but if you already wanted to make contact with them, I bet you could.
No, I cannot speak with them anymore. They're not my children. They have estranged themselves by choice or action otherwise. I have to respect that, even though it bothers me. I have no control over those who aren't mine. Indeed, I don't really have control over anyone. That's not how it works.
You never say anything about control. I said if you wanted to speak to them, you could.
I cannot. It would become a matter of control. To say any more than that is to inflict grave disservice on them, I suppose.
All right.
Needless to say, I don't believe they have any interest in hurting you in any kind of way unless you want it.
I would
Which
assume not.
can suit some people.
Hurting people generally doesn't seem part of their domain, unless they enjoy it.
That's exactly
That's a
what I
different
was
matter on their
saying.
own.
Yes, I was just trying to be a little bit more polite about it, but fair enough. No one wants to see a god cuss, my dear. Tiff pikes up. I wouldn't mind seeing a god cuss.
Nobody wants to see a god cuss and everyone just thinks back to fucking, what's her name again?
Damsha.
Damsha.
Oh, fuck! Just-
Yeah, she said a lot of interesting curses.
Yeah, no, okay, fine. But there's no need for me to be like that. Of course, yes, no, please, I don't need to hear that. Yeah, I thought no.
Right.
Right then. So that was one request, and I think we'll be able to do it. You had others?
There will be others, but I kind of need to see how this plays out. I'm not exactly going to fill up your dance card before we know the routine.
All right.
Sure.
Simple enough. Take care of the Doomsayers going after yourself here, and then later one's going after this mama.
Yeah. I would hate to leave you empty-handed. I mean, obviously, I'm not leaving you empty-handed, but you can't exactly go reselling those rings. I do not take gifts from the followers to make my own others richer. That would be not cool.
I hadn't planned on selling it. Just gonna keep it
Yes.
around. It makes a good story.
Indeed. If you were to ever try and resell them, you'd find it turning into quite a brilliant band of sunlight.
Since this is made of a solid gem,
Yes.
would it be available for, fuck, what's the spell name? That's
Essence
me,
capture?
Solidify essence?
yes. Yeah.
I suppose so, yes.
Neat. Or we
I
could just
suppose a good
enchant
question
them.
is. I suppose a
They
good
could as well be
question
enchanted. Yes.
would be sometime down the line, after we solve this whole apocalypse deal, If we want to gift them down to future children, that'd be fine.
Of course. Just so
Good,
long
good,
as they
good.
were aware if it ever trades hand for money, then it will disappear.
Wonderful. Good to know.
Gotcha.
Already planning on children. Good on you. I'm sure Embla would be pleased as well.
I'm not exactly planning on it, but I figure it will probably happen eventually.
Just
We make no
snorts.
mistakes, only happy little accidents. 5 just gushes. It's really nice to meet you, Lord Hagen. It is as nice to meet you too. You will step and lean over the bar and rub her ears. She makes a softer woo.
I'm surprised you didn't faint her seat.
Don't worry, I'm fainting but keeping my eyes open. I wouldn't miss this for a moment.
Now we got the picture of the Trinity. Now it's a fucking quartet. So it's just Bob Ross. It's Mr. Rogers. It's Steve Irving, and now it's Hagen.
Yep. Hagen's just a good guy. He's just a nice dude.
Sweet man.
He is a sweet man. And when Maeve pauses and goes, hey, wait a second, and she looks down at Sympathy and Regret to find that those weapons have become +1.
Nice.
Oh, good. Just by meeting Hagen, they became +1.
I made them.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that out loud, clearly.
Oh, okay.
I don't know they changed them magically anyway.
Well, that answer still works out of character. I made them. Yeah, we know Skow.
True.
So does that mean it's a +1
What changes
shield
about them
then?
physically to indicate they're +1?
I'm gonna say no to the +1 AC just because that's already such a steep number. But the attack
That's
is +1,
Nice.
and when it's
That
used
is
to make an
steep
attack,
roll,
the
yeah.
shield also could slam with a +1 improvised if you wanted to.
Nice.
Let's not get into the AC wars.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I was just making sure. You
Not
said
that it
both.
fucking matters because they just hit beyond that anyway. Skow knows that very well.
Yeah, AC
There you
doesn't
go.
matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
Sympathy
matter.
and Regret has gotten its little update there. It does now a +1 weapon.
Nice.
Cool.
So,
And, you know, a couple of these, how about? Drinks for the road, let's say. And he pulls out a couple of glass bottles that appear to be filled with what looks like liquid gold.
And what are these?
It's piss.
Cassius Mage Hand slaps the back of Karin's head.
No,
This is the
no,
thing,
that was not okay. I am not
Yeah.
saying that in front of God of Sun.
Yeah. Like, I see you wanted to be tanned and blind forever.
Yeah, I see the blindness for half a day wasn't enough. Let's try a week now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a fucking wandering cleric, blind cleric
turned
in the
into
sun.
Juno.
I'm fucking
He's gonna-
Ponbu Adib here.
Yeah, he's gonna turn you into a psalm.
He's gonna go
You're
young.
you're what we'd like to call a learning opportunity for other people now.
He's gonna go young Jesus on you.
Young Jesus is a psycho.
Yeah,
would
I'm
never
gonna
do
get
that.
served.
Yeah, you get served. No, these two bottles here are a little bit of a special treat. That is pure ambrosia. And it will imbue you with a great strength for an entire day. But this is a benefit that you can enjoy but only once in your lives. So, use it sparingly.
Be very careful when doing it. All right.
These bottles of ambrosia, when consumed, will give you advantage on all d20 rolls for an entire day.
Whoa.
After which you can never benefit from the effects of ambrosia ever again, even if you are reincarnated or resurrected.
Okay.
Okay, well, saving those for the final boss battle, I guess.
Yeah, save those for like the very end.
I
See you,
suspect at some
boss.
point you'll be like, there's just a ritual where we must succeed. And
I
then
mean, that's a
when
good
you'll
point. It
chuck an
could happen.
ambrosia or something like that. It's very likely, let's face it.
Yeah.
And we have 2 of those.
Yep, you have 2 bottles of ambrosia.
Cool.
And I can
The
also attest that it is
monkeys?
delicious. And he will beam you all a brilliant smile again.
Nice. So I have a question. I think I know the answer, but I can't just, not ask.
Go ahead.
This missing soul thing, can you, do anything about it?
I can, but not yet.
How do
Currently, your souls are being kept in a place out of our reach. The moment they reveal themselves, I'll be sending a little friend to go and pick them up with his pilfery little fingers.
But they're not gone. They haven't been consumed or anything like that, right?
No, not yet.
Yet. Okay.
I mean,
I can make no promises, obviously. I'm not going to
Yeah.
sugarcoat the matter, but we'll be doing everything in our power to make sure adventurous heroes like yourselves are not let down by us in turn.
if
that's good.
something does happen to them, what then?
We'll figure out something. I mean, presumably you'll just keep on going as you are.
Draw new.
Yeah, I mean, can gods make new souls?
We can, but a new soul is often a new person. And that would be a very difficult decision for you to make, I'm sure.
I see.
No, I mean the fact that there's been a lot of talk before about splitting souls and living off a fragment. Whatever we got here, it's has us. Like as
It does.
us.
Yeah, it has yourselves. You are your experiences and everything that you've gone through. These surrogates that hold you in place and keep you together and maintain you are, in their own fashion, still souls, regardless of how they came to be. There is probably a piece of you that goes into making them in the first place.
So
Okay.
if
Are these able to
our
hold
old
up for a
souls,
long time?
Pardon me, sir?
So are these able to hold up for a long time?
They should do.
Okay.
well,
I was worried we were on a ticking clock.
No, not so much as I am aware, but to be fair, breaking and building souls isn't the realm of gods, we grow them. Indeed, there is a great tree out there whose roots weave into everything. It's where everyone comes from.
Right. So,
I-
what can we do to help get the door open for you to get our souls back?
I wish I could tell you right now, but we won't know until the cult makes their move. Whichever ones happen to be holding on to your souls and the souls of others they have enchambered.
Is it not the Damson cult that has ours?
At first, yes.
You believe they've passed hands?
I do believe that. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't have been given surrogates. That's out of their abilities.
Who could do something like this, if not
Deep breath.
them?
The outers themselves. Entropy, it does have its own ability to create. It's usually a bright, brilliant spark, an explosion, perhaps. Wasted energy used for one last something. But they can do that quite a lot. To them, one last something, the blink of a moment, is a very, very long time to the mortal. Even the ageless.
Cass starts putting his finger up, then lowers it and just puts his chin in his hand for a moment. Does that imply there's some sort of negative world tree?
Perhaps. If there is, it's nowhere we can see it.
Wouldn't that be less a negative world tree and more the roots, while the other domain you've been talking about would be the branches.
Not quite. If you were really looking to stretch the metaphor, it would be the leaves that the tree sheds every autumn.
Okay. All right.
The only problem with things that live for so long is that infinite patience.
He spreads his hands plainly. I can't promise to know how their minds work. They're no beings of the sun, that's for sure. And terrestrial thought is a dangerous thing to assign to a creature like that. Calling it patience might not even be right. It could be madness. It could be impatience. To them, this could be hurrying.
I miss it. It's just
Never
being a college
assume to know
student.
your enemy.
No, but for someone on our side, to battle that would require a maddening amount of patience.
Most certainly, yes. Patience, I'd say, probably befitting a god, maybe. You might notice I've got a lot of maybes and probablys. I feel bad not being able to give you clean, direct answers, but for once it's no, the gods keep their secrets, rule keeping kind of deal. The outer gods are creatures whose limits we don't know and understand.
And any
Really,
dealings with them invites destruction.
that's right, but as well, it is the nature of a mortal. But still, I'm sure you
Occasionally,
didn't come here to wax philosophical with a god, did you? Well, maybe just a bit, but if you head downstairs, I believe you'll find our soon-to-be approaching intruders. And indeed, down the street you can hear chanting, it looks like. People walking up in robes, wielding signboards and spooking people back from them, even as, like, random things are thrown at them in return. Like the
I
classic,
miss,
repent, the doom is nay, there are no kumas in heaven, etc.
I miss the days of just being a simple college student.
So do I. Funny story, that.
What was your major?
Divinity.
That makes sense.
For now, that will be the end of this session.
Okay. All right, I thought we were just gonna do the
Alright.
combat. And then the
Nope.
combat would probably take a while.
It would take
Sag.
quite a while.
yeah.
But fair enough.
I will say this, like, all these problems this world have had, like, there's one fucking character that have done all the fucking work to fuck the outer gods over. And it's a stupid ass fucking warlock in a stupid ass fucking tower named Pip.
Oh,
No, that is not
No.
connected to
No.
these
No.
settings.
that has nothing to do with this.
COC is completely
That
separate.
is 100% its own beast. So, did
Cursed
you
existence.
save an innocent life?
No.
Correct. Your
think
friends were
so.
never in danger in the sex show. Did you defeat a
Well-
solo or an extreme encounter?
No, I didn't beat the extreme encounter. She kept beating me every
Sorry,
time.
yeah, no, yeah, you were sorely
You
defeated.
were
Wait,
obliterated
Every
at every
single
turn.
time.
You
Absolutely
did say that if the performance was fucked, it would have been a combat encounter.
Sure, but it wouldn't have been a solo or an extreme encounter. It would have been
Yes,
completely
but
within
for
your
the save,
wheelhouse.
a save innocent life.
Again, they, no, they would have been fine.
I have a feeling it wouldn't have. Me and Stacey would have been in danger of being killed by them.
No, they'd have been okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. Did you take on... Oh, sorry, learn something new about the world. Now, do your journal.
Yeah, we learned a whole lot about what's wrong with Stacey and Anai.
Have we?
Yeah.
I don't think we've learned that much, but yes, I mean a little bit at least.
I mean, yeah, we learned what they were planning for you this whole time. They were using you as a
Have we?
fucking...
I don't think we. I mean, like, I feel like that was
I mean,
secondary to it. But like, I don't. I
is
don't
it,
think like
though?
that's all the plans to it.
Alright.
Well, we learned something new about everything else.
Yeah, we've learned something new about everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say Hagen gave you some lore snippets.
Oh, for sure.
He handed you some rings, and it had like in-depth item descriptions at some point or something. Did you take on or create major quest or complete quest? Yeah,
We did take
Yeah,
on a new
we
one.
sure
taken
did.
on a quest. Yeah, he's asked you to go and help out Mama, coincidentally one of the queens of the night and leader of a gang called the Widowmakers. Like, not really someone you would associate with Hagen, because like, yeah, no, she's been doing me a real solid. No, not like
Yeah,
that.
no, I was not. I was thinking that I was like, do I say something about that? No, probably not.
Yeah, the thing that every time you say your fucking name, Mama, I just think back to Dread 2012.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I just think, Mama.
Yeah, but here's the thing. She was a prostitute that killed and took over, leader of a gang, and terrorizes and makes sure to keep her shit in Mega City.
Yeah.
So like,
But look at her. She's such a pretty lady. She's so nice. You can trust her.
no.
Of
No,
course we
she's
can trust someone who's, like, heading up Diamond Roses. It's just Skow's OC.
Yeah, I can trust it.
I did write that character. Yeah, she is an OC of fun, I guess.
Yeah. As is the whole
that's fine.
Diamond Roses thing.
Yeah, the Diamond Roses part is just fucking just a little bit of jerking off.
It'll be good to
A
go to
little
the
I mean,
bit.
Roses again.
there's a lot of fucking OCs in this fucking setting. The entire
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah, I did make the campaign. I guess at the end of the day, me DMing for you all is just you all taking part in me jerking off on you.
Nice.
Yeah. This is my OC Hagen, and this is his friend, OC
Damn
Mike.
it, yeah, they really are. Just yeah.
Yep.
Did
You're
you
a
uncover
fil-
a
you're a
rare
filthy
magical item or a
lady.
treasure hoard? Yeah, he
Yeah,
gave
I
you
mean,
all
each
a
of these rings is
1,000
1,000
gold each
GP,
ring
so-
and +1 to legendary weapon for you. Score a special objective. Yeah, you fucking met Hagen for the first time since the very first campaign I ran for you guys.
No,
Is
it
this
was
not the first time
it was
we've met
Bork's
him?
2 that he showed up.
Oh, it was
Well,
two.
he
It
wasn't
wasn't one.
sure
Yeah, sorry, I
about-
forgot. Oh god, I forgot there was a Borks one even for a moment there.
Yeah,
It's
nothing
been a
before-
long.
Nothing of
How
importance
could you ever
happened in
forget
that one.
Theory, though?
I can't really. She's precious and I love her. But for some reason, it was like Karin was in that one, right? Oh wait, no, that was not. That was a whole still a year and a half before that.
Yeah, she wasn't even, like...
Yeah, she didn't exist in that campaign yet.
Yeah, she
was
she
an
wasn't
egg.
even born until Bork's 2 was already underway.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh goodness. Yeah, well done. I'd say that was 4 EXP.
Nice. Good job.
Congrat
team.
motions.
This brings us to 96. Just do that again and we get to level 5. I'll
Correct.
have to
Damn.
actually drop the new version of SNS. Oh god.
Ooh,
Oh,
ooh,
shit.
Yay.
Yay, I get
mean, it's
my,
looking-
my,
it's
my
looking real
revised
crisp.
subclass.
4 EXP, fireball,
Fireball.
no.
Fireball.
and then
Alright.
one more level afterward, and then I can just play it on people.
Oh god, I have to fill in the level 3 spells. Oh, fuck.
Don't worry, the list got way bigger.
Yay!
I know, but it's not
Yay.
in roll 20. I still have to fill in the fucking spells.
Hey.
I'm excited
Think
for
about
my
this, you're not
extra attack.
DMing and having to do that for every fucking NPC.
God, I
Yeah.
hate that trying to fill in spells
Yeah.
for like NPCs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well,
Oh
if
hey,
you're
Drake
watching
put
on
the
the stream
lapis hoplite in.
or YouTube, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow for 70. Until then, adios, and do take care.